Hello, everyone. Welcome to the inaugural run of Ask a Scientist Gaming. I'm Ken Hansen. I'm professor of chemistry at FSU. I work on molecular photophysics, which is a fancy way to say light molecule interactions for solar cells and photocatalysis and anything light-driven. But more importantly, joining me today is Professor Eugene DePrince, which I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Eugene DePrince. I'm an associate professor at FSU in the chemistry and biochemistry department. What else do you want to know about me?
What do you do?
I'm a quantum chemist, which means that I develop theories and computer algorithms for modeling how electrons behave in molecules. Basically, trying to describe the physics of these microscopic particles in a way that lets us understand chemistry.
And what do you teach?
I teach undergraduate quantum mechanics, graduate quantum mechanics, and on occasion, general chemistry.
All right. So what are we playing today? What are we starting with?
Well, we're starting with Super Mario Brothers.
All right. Not yet. You got to wait for me to... All right. There you go.
Well,
do you want to speed run it? You want to do timer?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I'll set you up.
I'm not going to be good at answering questions.
So the timer is going to be right here in this corner.
Okay. Do I have to look at the timer?
So press start.
Do I have to press the pedal, or is...
Yeah, you have to press the pedal.
When do I press the pedal?
As soon as it goes from black screen, that's when the timing starts.
I see.
All right.
Did I do it right?
Maybe. We'll see.
A noise. Oh, this is a beautiful speed run. Again, I blame...
Badon has followed us.
The pressure of inaugural Ask a Scientist stream.
No, you don't. In the description, it says mediocre gameplay, so there is zero expectation of skill right now. But there is expectation of quality science. So if anyone has a question, feel free to drop it in the chat now.
Ken, do you have any questions?
I have plenty of questions.
Oh, okay.
But I'm more curious if anyone else does.
So...
No.
Ken's super good at Mario. I'm not so good.
Eugene is 415th in the world in running this game fast.
Ken is much better than that. What's your place now?
I'm like 225 now. I've dropped 50 places in a year.
You should probably play more Mario.
I probably should. I do have a question for you. What are you drinking tonight?
I'm having a High-Li.
You hear that, High-Li? Sponsor our stream.
Please do. That'd be great.
Is that going to work? All right, so
I don't even remember.
I'll start off a question for you.
Okay.
So 6 to 10-year-old Eugene was not, I'm going to become a quantum chemist one day.
That's
so
correct.
What led you down this path?
I wanted to go to medical school like everybody who goes to college, it seems. And then I realized very quickly that I did not like biology at all. And I joined a theoretical chemistry group because I took a chemical programming class, and I thought I had never programmed really. I had programmed on my calculator in high school, and that was about it. But I found this programming class super fascinating. I want to start over.
Oh, no. All right. Foot pedal. So reset. Nope.
Yeah. Anyway, I found this.
There you go. All right.
I found this class super interesting, so I joined R.J. Hindy's group at University of Tennessee. And then, I forgot to hit it. Hold on. And then I really just became interested in programming for scientific applications. And then I guess this is like the opposite of the advice I would give people, but the reason I went to graduate school is I didn't want to do medical school. And I didn't really know what else to do. But that's a pretty bad reason to go to graduate school.
It's true.
Yeah.
Wait, why is your timer stopped?
Because I messed up.
All right.
I guess I have a 1-second run. It's pretty amazing.
You want to reset?
No.
All right. Just practice run.
And then like how I got to FSU was a series of very fortunate situations. I met my wife in graduate school. And we're both chemists, so we both needed jobs in the same place to understand this problem. And so I took a postdoc in Chicago while she was finishing, and then we both managed to find postdocs in Atlanta, and then FSU, we both managed to find jobs here. She's teaching faculty in our department.
That'll do it. It is possible someone in chat had your wife as a Gen Chem instructor.
That is very possible.
Did anyone
She's
in
the
chat
other
have,
Dr. DePrince.
have Bridget DePrince as an instructor?
Does anyone have her right now? She's teaching 3 classes. No?
I think it would be, it's only Gen Chem people that are probably here.
Well, why would
my
they? They
class.
wouldn't have had her.
No.
You mean your class?
Yeah.
Ah. Unless they're retaking it. In which case they might not like her.
That's fair.
This is really embarrassing.
So the short answer to my question is you didn't want to go to med school.
I didn't want to go to med school.
And it took you...
And one thing... Yeah, first stream. One thing led to
Alex?
another. And here we are.
Heads up, Alex Rob officially has moderator privileges.
What does that mean?
I
For
don't
me?
know. We'll see. We'll see if he wields his power for good or evil. I say it could go either way. Oh,
Easy peasy.
that's clean. And you got the wrong warp. Nice. All right, Fullerene.
Hey, that was
You
pretty
have
good.
to have questions. What do you want to know?
Why?
Why? Why is a good question. Why quantum chemist?
Because if I can solve all of your all the equations for you, you never have to go in lab. Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be nice, except I wouldn't have a job. what
You
would I
could
do
man
with
the
my time?
robots.
I'll run the robots that
Yeah.
run the calculations and execute. That was grad school, though. Sorry, Alex.
Go!
Oh, that was good up until then. It's not a bad
I
run.
can't do pipe jumps. I'm too scared
Of losing a life, losing a quarter.
of losing my time.
Oh, I did watch that the video game movie on Netflix, or
Is it
video
any
game
good?
documentary. It is.
I watched like 10 minutes of it.
Yeah, it tells the story pretty well.
Well, that's something I look for in a documentary.
That's what we all look for in a documentary. Anyway, if nobody's going to ask questions,
Ask
I'll
me
keep
more
going.
stuff, Ken.
All right. So what was the most impactful moment of your career? Like that eureka moment that you will never
Same
forget.
spot. You know,
Foot pedal? Hit it once to
pedal.
reset.
I don't think I want to play this game anymore.
Oh, man.
Well, no, we'll play it some more.
Oh,
Sure,
that's
why
a
not?
fun question, especially for you. What's science like in the pandemic?
I'm a theorist, so it's not that different. Like, it's golly. Can I start over, please?
Yes.
I'm a
Hit
theorist,
pedal.
so it's very easy for me to work from home and for my group to work from home. So nothing really changed except we never see each other in real life anymore. We just talk through Zoom. I think for quote unquote real chemists like Ken, things have changed a lot more.
Well, I'm no longer a real chemist. I just write papers and things like that. But for my group, it changed how many people can work in lab at a given time. It changed the social distancing you have to adhere to. We lost, 2 months? Like the chemistry department at FSU entirely shut down for 2 months between like March and May.
Not my group.
Well, yeah, his group worked from home. My group worked from home too, technically. But
Although during that time I had my kids out of daycare, so nothing happened.
yeah, a little bit rough. But after that, they started to implement 50% occupancy where half the group could be there, but they'd have to do 10 feet of social distancing. We also had to do like Zoom group meetings, and we're still doing those.
No more seminars.
Yep, no more seminars, no
more
more
travel.
external speakers, no more visitors. We don't go to conferences anymore. It changed a lot. But I have to say I've kind of enjoyed the lack of conferences.
Yeah, traveling's not fun.
Yeah. Like
That's not true. Traveling
traveling's
can be a
fun.
lot of fun.
Initially it's a lot of fun, but if you have to do a lot, it becomes exhausting. And that is the most first world problem sentence I've ever uttered.
Yes.
So I apologize for that.
But we do get to go. well, we used to get to go to some amazing places.
But an interesting next question is, how does the pandemic change the future of science and higher education?
Hey, that's a great question. Probably a lot of introductory courses might stay. I don't know. I'm speculating, but might stay remote because it's easy to teach a lot of people that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Beyond that,
Have you taught online?
no. My
No, you
first
haven't yet.
class is quantum mechanics undergraduate in the spring is remote.
Yeah. So that's definitely going to be remote. So that's officially confirmed?
That's
Online?
what Ed sent out.
Okay. So yeah, that'll be a fun experience. It's a good thing you're getting practice in talking science online.
Can I play Mario during class? I don't think so.
Have you ever done the wall clip on 4.2?
What's the wall clip? Oh, going through the wall?
No,
I'm
no.
not.
That's
I'm
like
not of that level.
sub-pixel resolution gameplay, and neither of us have done
I
that.
can't even pipe jump.
Although I did get the single frame on 8.4, the
that
one frame jump where you jump into the side of the pipe and do the 1 pixel jump to the top.
Yeah. Guys, I missed the star.
Does engagement feel much lower with online teaching? Actually, not for my class. I think in person I talk too fast and I'm too intimidating, but in online it's much easier for people to chat in the comments section or even interrupt me via audio. I feel like it's much less intimidating to engage online than it is in person.
I haven't had to teach online yet, but I can say my wife's experiences are very varied.
Yeah.
One of her classes now, no one will turn their screens on.
Oh, I have never attempted to ask my students to turn on their screens.
So it's just a sea of black screens, and she can't tell if anyone's listening. She can't tell.
That's true. That is one of the worst parts. You can't tell if your jokes are funny or if anyone's laughing at them.
None of your jokes are funny.
None of my jokes are funny. Thanks, Eugene. So it goes. We have Anne DePrince in chat asking,
Oh,
who
that's
is
my
Dr.
sister!
DePrince? Eugene's sister in the chat. Shout out.
What is she asking?
She's just asking who Dr. DePrincer is.
Oh. Who, Dr. DePrincer?
Yep.
I don't know.
Oh man, these are definitely some of my Gen Chem students. How does Dr. DePrince feel about diamonds?
Diamonds?
Yes.
I hate them far less than Ken hates them.
I think everyone hates them less than I do.
I think they're nice.
Oh, that's amazing. Fullerene 60C. I run an OBS video of me when I'm told to show camera. So he just does a recorded video. That's a good idea. I should do that when I teach. And Prince asks, who is his favorite sister?
Is Elizabeth on here? All my sisters are my favorite sister.
They're all equally favorite.
They're all equally wonderful. But
That's
Anne,
awesome.
since you're engaging, you're my favorite.
There you go. Why can't stones give energies? Are the stores all scams? I'm not going to dive into that one.
Yeah,
These are
scams.
clearly
Yes.
my students, but they're not scams necessarily. Like synthetic diamonds, those aren't a scam. You get what you pay for. Are you done?
I'm kind of. You want me?
didn't
To, I have
beat
to
it.
actually beat
You
it.
didn't beat it.
Okay.
We have another
Do I have
2
time to
hours
sit?
and 45 minutes of gaming
Okay.
ahead of you. Just beat the game.
Everybody, stay tuned because I'm going to get a top 8 time in Doki Doki Panic next.
Awesome.
Come on. This controller is no good.
Ooh, do you prefer online teaching or in person? I have mixed opinions. I'm kind of biased because I have this really jacked up streaming setup that I only get to use irregularly right now
We're
because of
using
COVID.
it right now.
Well, I know, but this is once. Eventually, it'll be once a week, but I get to use it 3 times a week when I'm teaching now, so I kind of like that.
How come I can't see all the questions on this one?
Fullerene 60C asks, is there an inside joke I'm missing, or are we talking about piezoelectric effects? No, last week in class I was covering solid state materials, and so you can classify them as amorphous or crystalline or polycrystalline. And so I went on that was a very minor diatribe compared to my normal ones, but it was basically a diatribe about the thing that defines a crystal is not some kind of magical healing power or whatever somebody tries to sell you. It's simply that it has a repeated ordered structure over and over again. Like that is the definition of crystalline material. Doesn't matter what it's made of as long as it has a repeating pattern. And so I think someone in the chat was upset that I had ruined the necklace they were wearing because it doesn't have healing powers.
Bummer.
Yeah, I know.
It can still make you feel good.
Man, one of my teaching evals at the end of the semester, and I use this one every single time I teach the class when I share my evals, it said something like, after your class, I told my girlfriend I was never going to buy her a diamond. She cried, but whatever, I'm saving money anyway. I mean, that's one way to go about relationships.
Ken hates diamonds.
I hate the diamond industry. Synthetic diamonds are awesome. The power of man applying physical force to carbon to make a diamond structure, that is amazing. In fact, interesting factoid about diamonds, I'll talk about it more because somebody brought it up. But so when people started initially making synthetic diamonds, the way the jewelry industry could tell if they were synthetic is they were too perfect. And so if you dig diamonds out of the ground, there's different classifications of cut, clarity, all that stuff.
This diamond has no inclusions.
Exactly.
It must be fake.
A diamond without errors is the most expensive diamond if it naturally occurs. But they were like, oh, this synthetic diamond doesn't have errors. Clearly it's worse, even though it's the highest quality diamond. And so what engineers figured out to do is actually introduce errors in the diamond synthetic process. So that even now synthetic diamonds can have errors in them, which is kind of cool.
It's like pre-ripped jeans.
It is exactly like
Yes.
pre-ripped jeans.
Any more questions from Anne DePrince?
Oh no, I looked up your time for SMB on speedruns.com after I got the announcement email for the stream. Are you quantum supremacy?
I am quantum supremacy.
Good guess.
Which is supposed to be a nod to supercomputing, but I feel like I shouldn't have a username that has the name supremacy in it, so I'll probably change that soon.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you used that before things escalated a lot recently.
Anyway, yes, I'm quantum supremacy. Ugh.
Why do diamonds glow under UV light? Do they?
I don't know that.
I think if it was defect free, it shouldn't
Where's
glow
Debbie?
under UV light. Why are you asking, Debbie? Oh, bullet glitch, so close.
She doesn't have a diamond.
Are you two both in the same room? Yes, we are. Let's see if I can get my arm. There it is.
Pandemic!
Yes. Yeah,
Social distancing.
We are violating social distancing rules. But to be in our defense,
He's in my pod.
yeah, Eugene is the only person besides daycare people that I've had contact with in the last 3 or so months. But yes, the setups in my office, I should actually have a screen that, or a shot of the setup that I can show people. In fact, we could put a third camera and time lapse this.
What's the question about quantum chemistry?
Yeah, we'll come back to yours. Ashley, we'll come back to yours. Does quantum chemistry actually deal with quantum computing on a research level? It can.
Whoever wakes the baby up has to put her back to sleep. If there's anyone yelling,
I think it was Ken.
Yep. Eugene's yelling.
I was yelling.
Sorry, my daughter's sleeping next door. Anyway, does quantum chemistry actually deal with quantum computing?
Yes.
It can.
Yeah, there are lots of people in my field that move into either modeling the materials that people use for qubits or developing algorithms for quantum computing. Or there's something called tomography, which is where you're reconstructing a quantum state from measurements, and you can apply ideas that we use in quantum chemical calculations to that process to basically to speed up calculations, quantum computations. Short answer, yes.
Are you working on quantum computing?
I intend to submit a proposal on quantum computing this December. Oh, I hit the button at the wrong time. But I don't have any papers in that area. I've done a few things that are relevant. I think that is what I'm going to try to pitch in my proposal.
All right.
Okay.
Hopefully that answers your question. Oh, I see. So Lil Chemist said if nitrogen's in the diamond crystal lattice, it'll emit.
Oh, what am I doing?
I mean, that makes sense. If you add some kind of impurity, it's called a mid-gap state where it basically makes it so it becomes colored and absorbs light.
Nitrogen vacancy.
Yeah.
Isn't this relevant to quantum information?
Not vacancy, nitrogen occupancy.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah. It depends on
I'll
the
defer to the real chemist here.
Did you give up? Reset?
Yes, I gave up.
All right.
My time is inaccurate.
All right. What else do we have here? Why do some molecules emit light and others don't? That is a really awesome question and a fundamental problem in everything from organic light emitting diodes to bioimaging. It's actually really, really hard to predict ahead of time whether a molecule is going to emit light or not. You can get rough idea based on comparing it to other things, but basically there's two ways after you shine light on a molecule. It has two ways to relax down, or two simple ways. One is giving off heat, the other one is giving off light. And so basically if you can make giving off heat slow and giving off light fast, it'll emit really well. If it gives off heat faster than it gives off light, then it never emits at all. And so it really comes down to how the structure is, correlates to vibrations and giving off that energy through those processes. Ooh, what lessons from chemistry are most important in understanding climate change?
That sounds like a question for a real chemist.
No, I'm curious what your answer is.
I don't know. Greenhouse effect has been known for a very long time. That's not really a lesson.
I think that counts as a lesson. And then any atmospheric chemist, yeah. You have nothing beyond that?
No, I don't. And,
You don't?
and it's my sister, so she'll forgive me, I'm sure. Every time I visit her, she asks me chemistry questions. I never know the answer to them.
All right, and I'll do my best. So chemistry is how we know Professor Melko. Thank you. He's now hosting our stream. Thanks for the host. So I don't know. Do you know Professor Melko? He's at it's Josh at UNF. Welcome. This is actually the inaugural stream, so thank you for stopping by.
Oh God, what am I doing?
Oh man. Here's a fun one. Stranger of Trivia asks, speaking of scams, thoughts of Jack's Gold?
Scam?
Why do you feel it's a scam?
Well,
So first, explain what Jack's Gold is to those not informed.
So Jack's is like the flagship journal of the American Chemical Society. But someone like me doesn't care at all about Jack's because it's not really a journal that that theory papers are generally published in. So it doesn't have that kind of prestige for me. And then Jack's Gold is basically you pay a lot of money. It's an open source, what's it called? Open access version of it. And it's expensive. And there's already open access ACS journals, so I don't understand the point of it.
How much does it cost?
I don't know.
Well, so that's the interesting thing. Like, you can pay to be open access in any journal in the ACS, right? It seems like another cash grab. It's $4,000 to publish.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot.
Here's an interesting fun fact. FSU, am I allowed to say anything negative about FSU, or am I going to get fired?
I don't know. Let's find out.
FSU's library has a program where they'll contribute towards open access publishing, but it's in practice is not very useful because they'll give you like $1,500. I can't remember the exact number, but it's not enough generally to publish. And you also the work can't be supported by a funded grant. This was the case a couple years ago. Maybe it's changed, but it seems like there's no way to actually use it if your work is funded. I'd rather not rant. Let's talk about happy things.
No, you can rant. This is the venue to do that.
I wasn't paying attention, and now look where I am.
I have no idea where you are.
I think I'm in 4. Oh, I'm in 4.2. I just forgot what I was doing.
So you struck a nerve with Eugene. Well done.
Can you reset me again?
Yep. There you go. Yeah, perfect. Josh, I'm really glad the sound and video worked out pretty well for this. So I did a post on Reddit, it must have been 6 months ago now, saying here's what I'm going to propose to use for a build for Twitch streaming. And I got a lot of feedback, and Josh was one of the people in there, which was awesome because we'd crossed paths before when I was at UNF. But yeah, it also works really well for teaching. I probably have some of my Gen Chem students in here. They were convinced I had a Twitch stream before I even mentioned it, just because, yeah, I did an overlay on PowerPoint slides. So,
Emulator.
yep. So it's on a PC emulator. So it's which one are we using? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's FCEUX. So it's formally approved for speedrunning. So if you set a record, it should be able to
I think it's FCO.
All right. But yeah, so we have it set up so we can do the NES and we can do the RCA feeds into it, but the video quality is just absolutely terrible. So we decided to go with the emulator for this one. Oh, what's your take on the Venus phosphine thing?
I don't know enough about it to say anything, but I'm pretty sure it's not life. Isn't there phosphine in like moons of Jupiter or something like that as well? It's not a sign of life. It's not necessarily a sign of life. But I really don't know enough about it. You can quote me though.
What's the quote? Do your one
Quote
sentence.
is, it probably isn't, but I really don't know.
Eugene DePrince on Twitch said.
AP News is reporting.
Oh yeah, Josh probably knows about this. pH3 on Jupiter and Saturn.
I was pretty close.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We do our best. Yeah, this is what a stream looks like when you're almost 40 and you have a midlife crisis and you're willing to throw money at a problem.
What was the problem? You were having a midlife crisis?
How stressful was the assembly portion of building your computer? Do you want to field that one? Because
Man, so this is like super... I gotta reset it again. This is super embarrassing because we build all our own computers in my lab. So I think we've built 12 since I've been at FSU. And so Ken was like, come over, we'll build a computer together. And we spent the whole day. What was the problem? I left. He figured out whatever was wrong with it after I left. But the thing wouldn't post. It was really annoying. If you've ever built a computer, the most stressful part is pushing the pins into the CPU. And some processors, it makes this sickening crunch sound, but it didn't make it on this setup. So I was disappointed Ken didn't get that experience.
Yeah, Eugene talked that up for like 3 months.
The first time, I was like, I clearly just broke this thing.
Mildly related. If you go to the Hansen Research Group YouTube video, you can find one where my entire general chemistry class cracks their knuckles at the same time.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's terrible. You guys should go look at it.
What does that have to do with what we were talking about?
It's just the sound. If you're going to build up to a sound,
Sickening.
you got to deliver it. Do both of you speedrun games? What games for either?
Mario is the only game I speedrun, but today, as I said, I will become top 8 in Doki Doki Panic. Because all that takes is me beating the game.
That's the goal. Assuming they approve it on this emulator. I assume they will.
It's going to be worth it just for the ride.
But yeah, so the backstory on us speedrunning, it was... We occasionally do like a junior faculty holiday event, and it was like...
Even though we're not junior faculty anymore.
Nah, not anymore, but like 2 years ago. BTS for sure, thank you for following. Yeah, you got a follower.
Sweet.
Anyway, so we had a holiday party, it was like 2 years ago, and I collect Nintendo games, but I'd never speedrunned, but we were like, oh, we're gonna...
Speedran?
We're gonna... Sure, I don't know what the... the correct English is. But anyway, we decided that night we were going to drink a lot and we were going to beat Mario. And you eventually did, but we were
like hours
terrible at it.
And then I think at some point I beat it in like 8.5 minutes and Ken thought, oh, this is getting serious.
No, here's what happened is I left my Nintendo there with him. And like 2 hours later, I'm like, oh, I beat it. And then the next day it was like, I beat it in 15 minutes. And then he's like, I beat it in 12 minutes. And then it all of a sudden turned into a competition. And then it escalated to, speedrunning.
Ken was briefly divorced to get his 502.
Yeah. Well, no, so I got my 502.78 like 3 days before my second daughter was born. Like so with Mario speedrunning, the way they time it out is they do it based on the hammer throws at the end. And so basically if you get below a 503, that's when they start actually timing out to the thousandth of a second. And I was like, I want to get a sub 503 before my daughter is born. Otherwise I'll never be able to do it. And so it was literally 3 days when I finally got my sub 503. And Eugene is still trying to get a sub.
I'm really not, because I haven't practiced any pipe jumps as I'm scared. I also don't have time to play anymore. Turns out 2 children and a job.
And yet here we are.
I told Adeline I was
streaming.
going to work.
That's kind of true.
It is very true.
This is broader impacts. We're going to count it.
I got the star that time. It's very important to get the star.
Broader impacts. Yep, exactly.
Who's that?
That was Josh. Has work become more demanding / time consuming with the pandemic?
I haven't been teaching, so I can't speak to that. But it's like, I feel like I don't have time. I feel like I don't have time to do anything. And it's just, I think you're generally a little less productive at home. And then also, because I'm at home, I'll cook dinner. So I lose some time at the end of the day, that kind of thing. What was the question?
Has work become more demanding / time consuming with the pandemic?
Yeah, I don't think it's become more demanding. I think my time management is just much worse than it used to be.
Makes sense. I think the thing that bothers
hot in
me
here,
most
man.
is I used to work in my office and my students could walk by at any time and come talk to me. And now it's like you have to send an email and schedule an appointment, and I can't just drop by and see what's happened. Like not even to see if people are working, but just like see if anything new is developed, because I'm genuinely excited to hear about the science, because I don't do experiments anymore. I sit at a desk and type all day, so it's good to hear when something actually works or something's interesting. Lasney, hello. Thank you for joining us. Any science questions for Dr. DePrince? I have one for you, and I asked you this a while ago, and I want you to have an answer this time. What movie or TV show gets your discipline right or wrong?
I would say simultaneously Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang
Because
Theory.
on the wrong side, I am not, well, you can disagree. Oh man, I messed up the timer. Can you reset me again?
Yep.
I'm not a socially awkward weirdo like scientists are portrayed in that show. So that is very wrong. What is portrayed correctly? There's some good stuff in that. I like to show, there's a scene where they talk about variational principle. And I like to show that clip when we talk about the variational principle. Howard's answer is right,
Yeah.
by the way. Timer. Did I answer that sufficiently well?
Yeah, that's not bad.
I can't do this pedal thing. It's confusing to me.
So as soon as it goes screen, there you go. Perfect.
I done did it.
All right, now if you're sub 455, you're the fat. Nope, lost it. There, it's done. You're already. Oh man.
This is really good.
No, you are like 3 seconds off the world record already.
Give me another one of your questions.
Oh, one of my questions. Does anyone in chat have more questions for Eugene?
Hello.
Yeah, you can read the name too.
I don't, something 7. Hello, something 7.
See if I can make this bigger for you. You know, we got 3 hours of this. I can't use all my questions right now.
Okay. I want to play Doki Doki, I think.
It's time for Doki Doki.
Well,
Panic.
okay, I'll beat it. This time for real.
All right. Foot pedal. There you go.
Did I hit the pedal?
What are you drinking, Dr. Prince? It's transparent to us. Yes, it is green.
It's a High Lie. What's the brewery? It's outside of Tampa. I can't remember the name of the brewery.
Cigar City Brewery
Yeah, Cigar
outside
City.
of Tampa. High Lie. So you should drink with the logo out, and maybe they can see the yellow
Except
part
that
of
it's
it.
yeah, maybe. I'm a little busy right now.
Josh knew it. All right. What % of students are on campus? What do we have?
I don't know.
It was something like 10,000. It was.
And like
it
a
was-
third of classes are in person.
Yeah. So we're going to say 25% of our students. What about at UNF? What are they doing? Do you have a favorite reaction? Theoretical chemist, do you?
Does H2 dissociation count as a reaction?
Is that a sexy enough reaction for you?
Deals-
the homolytic?
deals all-
Homolytic or heterolytic?
Well, it's H2, so it's homolytic.
It can be either.
What?
You can make H minus and H plus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, homolytic.
Why
Deals-
is that your favorite?
Deals all there. I think every theoretical chemist likes H2. Because even H2 you can't solve the problem exactly, but it's still a pretty darn simple molecule. And I feel like if you can't understand something as simple as that, how are you going to understand the junk Ken does?
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. I do junk science.
I mean,
Here's
he'd
the
never publish in Jack's Gold.
Here's the thing, though. Eugene and I have published together, so we're
That's
both
right.
equally garbage.
That's right. And you, even though I gave you my grant number, didn't include it.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Never forgive me for that one.
I won't. That's easy. Man, I keep
But
missing that
anyway,
one.
so a real reaction, not H2
I said Diels
dissociation.
Alder.
Diels Alder. That's just lazy. That's something you remember from undergrad organic.
Yeah, well, I didn't take any graduate organic courses.
Ooh, that's a fun question. What would you do with the world's biggest computer? You had unlimited computer resources. What would you solve?
I don't know. Pass. Can I come back to that one?
No. Play Super Mario a million times at once.
Yes.
It would be fun.
Massively parallel.
It would be really fun to run like a machine learning algorithm as fast as you could on Mario.
So I
People
have
don't.
ruined both Sudoku and Rubik's Cubes for myself by writing little programs to solve them. So I imagine that would ruin Mario for me. So maybe I'd do that, sure.
Yeah. What is the biggest computer in the world right now?
I don't know, is it Oak Ridge? I don't know.
Ooh, good question.
All of our machines, yes, you can read the question
Yeah.
if you want.
Can I assume Dr. DePrince runs on Linux?
No, I run on Duncan.
Is that a hilarious joke that no one but you and them get?
Yes, all our machines at work are Linux. I have a MacBook that I use for programming because MacBooks are amazing.
It's because you're lazy and you like a terminal
Apple,
access.
you can sponsor us.
Did you hear that, Apple?
But yeah, nobody uses, well, I don't know anybody who uses Windows in computational chemistry.
So what's the line? So there's a theoretical chemist and a quantum chemist.
There's a theoretical chemist and a computational chemist, and I'm not even sure that I have the definitions the correct way, but there's a distinction between people that use computers to do chemistry and people who develop theories and algorithms, and I'd put myself in the latter category. At heart, I'm a software scientist.
It's a fair differentiation, except when you're running our molecules,
What does running a molecule even mean, Ken?
giving us energies, singlets, triplets.
Is that it? One more. Who thinks I'm going to make it?
Oh, put your vote in chat.
Anyone who's been watching.
Yes or no, is he going to make it? Nope. All right, there we have a decision. Here, I'll save everyone. Run a poll. I do not have polling set up on this yet.
Yes, Ken researches solar cells.
That was an easy one. Is there? Oh,
Is there a follow-up? Down the pipe.
Thoughts on the Game & Watch Super Mario Bros. Edition? Planning to do some runs on the go? I don't know what that is. Am I missing something important? The Game & Watch Super Mario Bros. Edition. You're talking about the new one?
Diamonds.
What kind of crystal in your solar cells?
Diamonds.
We do mostly dye-sensitized solar cells, so the only thing crystalline in ours is titanium dioxide. Which, fun fact, titanium dioxide is the white coloration in paint. It's also the white coloration in powdered donuts. So you are eating titanium dioxide anytime you have a white powdered donut.
Suge Knight. Can you reset me?
All right.
I got one life. I'm gonna make it through. Oh.
No, too late.
Um,
Start it over. One more.
This is the last one. This is for all the marbles.
Last try. One last one. I mean, we still have 2 hours and 20 minutes left.
I gotta be Doki Doki. The people came here.
the people
Doki
came
Doki.
expecting Doki Doki Panic. Can you explain the backstory? Oh, we'll get to that when we were actually playing. The Fermi solution says this is the 6th to last try. TiO2 is also in mineral sunscreen. I think it's either TiO2 or zinc oxide. It depends on what brand of sunscreen.
Oh my god. K-Bounce. I had a lab mate in graduate school that played that nonsense constantly.
While in lab?
While in lab.
While
he did
working?
no work. He also played Tetris. Fun fact, he's a professor in a physics department. I will not out him though. I probably already did. Sorry.
Oh, that's interesting. Zinc oxide was phased out because of pollution. I didn't know that, if that's actually true. I don't know why zinc oxide would be worse than titanium dioxide, though.
Are we talking about donuts still?
Yeah. Well, or sunscreen or whatever it might be. Because presumably the pollutant issue at this point is like the nanoparticles and microplastics and all sorts of stuff like that, right?
We have a septic tank, and we had a bottle of body wash that had micro beads in it, and all I could think of was this pile of plastic building up in my septic tank. Perfect. Can you see the label now?
Kind of.
Not really.
No, go on the black part.
On the black part? No.
No, left that way.
No.
Highlight. You can see the Cigar City logo. Here,
This is really not that important.
we're going to do... There you go. Oh, camera's reversed. Sorry about that. So my microphone goes off the right side of the screen.
It's pretty good.
All right. Other questions from chat? Oof. I had to turn around on that on my record time, too. Lost 3/10 to that.
Stupid Goomba.
You slow down there?
Every time.
So it goes.
It's the only way I can not faceplant into the third Goomba.
That's fair. All right. No questions. The questions have dried up. It's my turn.
Yes.
What's the biggest unanswered question in your field?
Why?
What is the next Nobel Prize in quantum chemistry go to?
Something related to quantum computing?
Oh, that's interesting. What problem do they have to solve?
Actually solve a useful problem. There's just a science paper where they did Hartree-Fock on, I think it was a 10 or 12 atom system, hydrogen chain. Normally you think of using a quantum computer for problems that are very difficult to solve on a classical computer. Hartree-Fock is like the easiest problem to solve on a classical computer. But the point was just to show that, hey, you can do an actual realistic calculation. Is this the 6th to last try? Solve H2. Been done.
Exactly.
No, not
No.
been done.
Hey, that one's probably worth a Nobel Prize, right?
No.
No?
I remember my NSF career reviews, someone made a comment about you're gonna get the helium energy to the 18th decimal place. Why is this person doing this?
He's not wrong. Or he or she, sorry.
He or she is not. Yes, they were very wrong. That wasn't the point of the proposal.
Wasn't it? It's a theory program, right? They should have been a theoretician.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was with that one. It was funded, so I think they ignored that guy.
Oh, what's worth a Nobel Prize in your field? That one's directed at me.
Yes.
I mean, I think some kind of photo-induced electron, like Harry Gray and Tom Meyer. If I had to vote for someone getting it in inorganic chemistry this year, it would probably be Harry Gray and Tom Meyer for their work on photo-induced electron transfer. With that said, one of the criteria for a Nobel Prize is it can't just be interesting science. It has to be for the betterment of mankind. In fact, if you guys haven't looked at Alfred Nobel's will, I strongly recommend you do it. It's like the Nobel Prize is a page and a half long, and it describes exactly what he wanted in the criteria. And one of them was, has to be for the betterment of mankind. And so things like almost the bullet glitch. So like the Nobel Prize for quasi-crystals, like was that for the betterment of mankind? Define betterment in that case, right?
You could have quasi-diamonds.
Exactly, quasi-diamonds, and I could rant about another thing. But yeah, I don't know. I'd like it to go to Harry Gray and Tom Meyer, but we'll see. Who do you guys think will be awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry this year? I honestly don't know, but I called last year's Nobel Prize. I was teaching general chemistry too, and 2 weeks before the award, I told my class, John Goodenough is 97 years old. It's now or never. They need to give him the Nobel Prize this cycle. And they did. So I'll take that victory. That might have gotten me something in Vegas. But yeah, this year I really haven't spent much time thinking about it. Also, I'm guessing this is a FSU grad student because they're doing an official competition to pick who the next winner in the Nobel Prize in chemistry is.
That's cheating.
Ooh. This one's from
everything are chemicals.
You got to read the question first.
What do I wish the public understood about chemistry that they generally misunderstand? Everything is chemicals. Everything.
Yeah. There was a paper published in, I don't remember if it was Nature or Science, a couple years ago that they basically said, we're going to list every single chemical-free product. And the list was actually 0 things because everything involves chemicals.
How clever.
Yeah, that was pretty poignant. I wonder how cited that article is.
Anytime I need to cite that everything is chemicals, I will refer to that. 343.
The other one that gets me is when people talk about organic foods, they've completely bastardized the definition of organic. Most foods are organic. I mean, exceptions are like sodium chloride, like table salt and things like that. But most foods, by the traditional definition of organic, are organic. But yeah, the like homegrown without pesticides, that needs a different term than organic. But so
too late,
it goes.
Man.
Best paper titles/abstracts.
There was one recently about chicken shit on graphene. What was that?
Was it graphene?
Yeah.
Yeah. They wanted to change it was like the conductivity or something. They used chicken shit to dope graphene.
Chicken star.
Oh yeah. Sorry for any children in the audience. But yeah, they basically showed that you can dope graphene by throwing anything at it, including, was it actually chicken shit?
I think so. Having not read the paper, I will confirm that. You can quote me.
Do you need another beer?
Yes.
All right. I'll be back.
I'll try to read the chat. I'm too busy dominating. It's crap. Oh, chicken crap. I get it. I thought that was a pretty clever thing. Other clever things. There's a paper, I can't remember the backstory, but someone bet a friend or another scientist that he could put a picture of someone fishing in a paper. And so there's a hand-drawn picture of an apparatus, and it's got a little dude fishing on the corner of it, and it made it through publication. Other funny things are, a lot of times SI will have personal comments from a PI to students about their crap data and stuff like that in the supplementary info, and they forget to take it out. That's always fun. I would never do such a thing. Do I know the story of the cat who co-authored a physics paper? I don't. Ken, do you know that? You know, I would have gotten that jump if I hadn't read that question.
Sure. I'm familiar with the story, but I don't remember the details of it. But it was like he needed more than one author on the paper or something like that, or they demanded some weird restriction that he threw his cat on there. Is that right?
Oh, he's gonna get it this time. You ready?
For what? You're so close.
I don't know if there's some like key
For those of you
combination
not
you're supposed
familiar
to-
with Super Mario Brothers speedrunning, that bullet, when you jump into the block at the bottom, you can basically glitch it so the flag doesn't do the down animation, which is kind of weird, but
I'm doing any
Warpless doesn't
percent
count.
or whatever it's called.
Yes, this is any percent. Warpless doesn't count. Tell that to Cosmic.
Ah,
Whoa. There it is.
it's the delay. Ken does his speed runs on a CRT because there's no delay. I do mine on an LCD and I call it Sticky Mario.
I mean, this doesn't delay much.
This is comparable to my TV.
Like your current TV or old one?
The one that I have upstairs currently.
Okay. Any percent is not a real category. I mean, if your goal is to beat the game as fast as possible, I think any percent is the only category.
Oh!
But
Oh, and I even got the
you got 243
fireworks.
though.
Woohoo! I was so excited, Ken. I haven't made it this far yet.
That's fair.
Oh, world record. Where's my pedal?
World record. You're already 6 seconds slow of the world record. Oh, that's what it was.
Oh,
So
God.
the physics paper where he included his cat, the author used we throughout the paper, despite being the only author. And so the reviewer probably said they should change we to I. And so instead of doing that, the author simply added his cat to the paper.
Can I demonstrate couple cluster with Mario? I think the answer is no. Couple cluster is a method in quantum chemistry. It's very accurate, very expensive.
Demonstrated. What would that mean?
I don't know. Also can't demonstrate that with Mario.
But you can make an elephant with what's the quote? Is that
Give me 3 parameters and I can draw an elephant. Make an elephant.
Yep.
DFT has parameters. Bye, Anne. Anne had to go. All right.
Thanks for stopping by, Anne.
All right, this is the last one for real. The 6th to last one.
Just one more game. Oh, man. Flashbacks to childhood. Keep in mind, back when we were young, gaming really young, you didn't necessarily have saves. You had to either beat it in one sitting or hope the Nintendo stays awake overnight.
Also, I had to walk uphill both ways to school.
Old
And
people.
if we wanted to change the channel, we had to get up and walk over to the TV.
That's true. And the TVs weighed 600 pounds.
And some of them weren't even color.
That's true. So.
Oh,
this
God. What's happening? What's happening?
This previous 9/11 had the realization that some of my Gen Chem students weren't born yet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
that
That's
was
this
when-
year or last year was that crossover.
Yep. Yeah,
Let's
like there's
keep to not
landmarks
heavy
in
stuff
my
like
educational career, and most of them are related to the age of my students, where it's like I am officially twice as old as them, or I could have a kid in college right now.
Both, that's true.
You and your swag coins.
I missed one. Well, I missed a lot.
Suppose I could open that for you.
Not a very good host. Well, we're in separate rooms, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, swag coins.
They do make me look cool.
The coins that don't do anything for the gameplay.
Solve the wave function with Mario. No.
Well, answered that.
I don't know how to do the things you're telling me to do.
Vivax, you are saying words, but I don't think Eugene understands.
They're good words. I like them.
Yeah. Explain what a perovskite is in a warpless run. What's a perovskite?
It's got something to do with oxygens, and no, it's a. Does it matter if it's oxygen?
Nope.
It's just the structure. It's a structure.
Yep. It's like qual exam. Go.
It's a structure.
So I can answer this one.
Pass?
So perovskites have like been hijacked fairly recently, and people saying, perovskite solar cells and stuff like that. But what a perovskite actually is has nothing to do with its light absorption or emission or any of that. It simply doesn't follow the formula ABX3.
Oh,
that's it.
Nothing about its
Nothing
structure?
About its property. Well, it's the structure. It's the ABX3 pattern gives you a particular crystal lattice. But yeah, I think that's what it really comes down to. Would you rather break top 300 or get a JAX publication?
Top 300.
That was quick.
Hands down.
We have our answer.
Actually, wait a second. I have a paper with Mike. Is it in JAX?
Yeah, you've been in JAX.
Ah, so I already did that.
It's not
Been
your
there,
paper.
done that. Yes, correct. I did some DFT for it.
Would you rather have a corresponding author paper in JAX?
No, I'm not really that interested in it. I would like a top 300 time without having to put in effort. Ideally.
So what's kind of funny is when you look at, you take every Nobel Prize and you go backwards in time to their first paper that was like the definitive moment when they were probably going to get that Nobel Prize. More often than not, it's not going to be in a top tier journal. It's going to be in a very specific, nuanced, whatever. Like when Ertl got it for the surface processing or surface characterization for Haber-Bosch process, he published in the Journal of Interface Chemistry or something, low impact factor, but it's one of the most iconic papers in the field.
I kind of disagree with that, saying that you're kind of saying that JAX is the only high impact paper.
Well, no, regardless, I'm saying any of the high impact journals. Just because it's Science and Nature doesn't mean it's going to be big. Nor does being in a small journal mean it's going to be small. Any Nature papers? You're on a Nature communication with Tom, right? Oh, yes. That was nice. That was a nice drop.
Also, we did some DFT example.
Fossil fuels greater than solar energy. We got a troll in here. Alex, time him out. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
But dude.
Thoughts on nuclear power?
It's great. Let's get more of it.
Yeah. Fun factoid. More people die from there's more nuclear waste in coal mining than there is in an actual nuclear power plant. A nuclear power plant processes it, handles it, knows and restricts it. Coal, you dig nuclear waste out of the ground and you effectively burn it up into the air. Oh, all right. So JC 101. So we've established you're not a fan of JAX as a journal. What journals do you have the most respect for? What journals do you want to publish in that you haven't?
I feel like I've offended someone, and so I'm sorry about that. I like publishing in Journal of Chemical Physics and Journal of Chemical Theory and Computation. That's where solid theory papers go, and I like publishing there. I like the papers that I read there, and I hope people like my papers. Don't worry, I'm not breaking any world records here.
Thorium energy.
What does that mean?
It's a new class of nuclear reactors. They're supposedly going to be a good nuclear reactor.
That's the end.
I don't know the details on the thorium reactor.
I don't know anything about it. One more, last one.
The details on the thorium reactor is if you have thorium, I guess it works really well, but thorium is not particularly easy to mine because it comes in such low concentrations. So I think that's the main issue, but I cannot answer that. Vivax Tempor. I took your class, Dr. DePrince.
Which one? Undergraduate or graduate?
The DFT class.
DFT class?
Oh,
Did I teach a DFT class? 5481? 5481 or 5480? I guess it was 5481.
The grad class.
I teach 2 grad classes.
Oh,
I guess.
man. We got to narrow it down.
What happened here? How did I get that many? You're very loud.
What?
They're very loud.
Oh, yeah. They're chatting in all caps.
I feel like you're yelling at me. Yes, that's right. We did code DFT. We did it in a Sci4 plugin, and it was super easy because Sci4 is a great code and makes rapid prototyping of new theories very simple. Sci4, would you like to fund our Twitch stream?
Yeah, Sci4 with all their publicity dollars.
They could send us a pile of stickers, I bet.
No, that's true. We would settle for stickers, Sci4.
Sorry, I'm a whisper now. Oh, I'm gonna wake your baby.
Yep.
Sorry, Debbie.
No, that's fine. She'll sleep through.
I'll get her a diamond.
As long as it's, synthetic, I'm okay with it. Fun factoid, you can actually, there's a company that will take the deceased remains of your pet or relative or whatever and press it into a diamond. So you could make a necklace out of your family tree if you wanted to.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Dig 'em up.
I mean, it's no less absurd than burying a body, right? Ask a Scientist Gaming, now funded by Jax. Yes, ACS sponsorship here.
Everybody should aspire to publish in Jax.
Yeah,
And
I mean, it's good for publicity and reputation, and it looks good on the resume.
are you being serious, or are you trying to
No,
get money
I'm
from
being
Jax?
serious. There's something to be said about name brand recognition, right?
I completely disagree with you.
What? No, if you're working in China, they literally get bonuses based on the caliber of the journal.
Yeah, I think I remember when I was at Argonne hearing that there was like a formula
Yeah, they
in your
calculate.
performance metrics based on what journals you publish.
Like
in.
national labs have that too. It's like impact
That's what
factor
Argonne-
and
yeah, Argonne.
citations and yeah.
Sorry, I should have been more specific. I can't believe I come on the inaugural Ask a Scientist and I'm just going to become known as the guy who hates on Jax.
Well, don't worry. You'll also be known as the guy that can't beat
Just
Mario.
can't do it.
No, you're gonna do it.
Might be at
And everyone's gonna
10:59.
celebrate. You're gonna earn this one. Remember that when that jump was hard?
Yes, now it's like super duper easy.
Clean, nice.
I don't think I've gotten better than 194 on
Archery
this
fought
thing.
greater than RDM methods.
I disagree wholeheartedly. Who is this person?
They're just starting fights. And still screaming in caps lock.
I whisper now. Oh god. Oh god.
I mean, nice save. Well done. Kind of jealous I'm not playing Mario right now.
It's my time to shine.
Yep.
Look at that. 319. That is not a good time.
I was wondering. Any other unanswered pending questions from the chat? If not, I'll give you another one.
Give me another one.
This is a Debbie question.
Oh, no.
What scenario would have to occur for you to become the go-to expert to save the world?
There is literally no scenario.
Where you're the most important person on Earth? What if it's like,
You need
Eugene,
someone...
we need your FSU login to disarm the bomb.
That could be it. Or it could be the bomb will go off if you ever beat Mario.
Solved.
I want to go back to the question about what pop culture gets my field wrong.
Yeah?
Am I allowed to spoil Avengers Endgame?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, I'll spoil it. Oh, Lord, why did I try to go that way? Okay, one more time.
Oh, wow. This is sad. Don't worry about not beating SMB yet today. Ever since my NES got sold by my parents when I was 10, I haven't been able to beat the game without save states.
That's sad.
Yeah, no, that's super tragic. You should buy a Nintendo. Presumably you're an adult now. It's worth it.
Just emulator.
Is the tenure system busted?
It worked out for me, so I'll say no.
Yeah,
That's a very cynical thing to say.
yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think I've been in this field long enough to be able to say anything about that. Stop yelling at me. Yes.
Oh, you're about to talk about time travel, aren't you?
So anyway, the point was my wife teaches the same undergraduate quantum mechanics class that I teach, and one of her students wrote to her after her class was over and thanked her because it really helped him understand Avengers Endgame a lot better. And we were thinking, no, I don't think so. Because we don't talk about time travel.
Yeah.
This is not a very good story. The point is the guy... Oof, indeed. Ask me another question so everyone forgets how bad that answer was.
Don't worry, it's on video. It'll be on YouTube.
YouTube it.
Yep. Clip it.
Anyway, the quantum tunnel, come on, get that out of here.
I mean, but it's clever.
Is it?
No, not particularly clever. Ooh, how many chemists does it take to change a light bulb?
1?
Could you elaborate? The questions are drying up, Eugene. Presumably one could do it. How many chemists does it take to invent a light bulb?
Is that a question for me?
No.
That was pretty
nice.
good.
Pipe jump, do it.
No.
Oh, God. Just
Just want to beat this
Just
stupid
commit.
game. Makes me so angry.
I am Dr. Ludwin, by the way.
Love Dean.
Hmm?
No, you aren't. Professor Bartlett? No, you aren't. He found us.
So this is probably one of your students just trolling you right
Probably. Who are you? Vivex Tempor. You took my class.
now. Narrows it down. Could be only like 30 people, right?
No, it was the. Oh, that wasn't even 5481. It was was the discipline focused course. It was that.
The DFC?
Yeah.
That was like
I want to play Doki Doki.
5 years ago. All right, you're giving up?
I give up.
All right, we're transitioning to Doki Doki
I've been defeated.
Panic. We'll see if we can get this to work.
Oh,
Quitters.
Justin.
No, no, it's quitter.
Okay, I'll
I'm
keep
not
going.
involved.
I'll keep going.
I'm not
You-
involved in that. Thanks, Justin.
One more time. One more time. Can you reset it for me?
If a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, doesn't make a sound.
Yes.
Elaborate.
I think that it must make a sound. It makes a sound when I'm there. What is sound?
Ooh, that's a fun one. Shouldn't you be at home watching The Boys?
No, I'm all caught up. New episode doesn't come back until tomorrow. I can't wait.
There you
Amazon,
go, Justin.
looking at
Answered.
you to sponsor us.
What's your favorite element and why?
Hydrogen.
God, I regret having
I
a
like
quantum
knowing
chemist on
everything.
about hydrogen. About hydrogen.
A great but long joke. I'm not sure. It takes one to write down the problem and one to make a silly model.
Oh, that's a fun question. Do unexplained superpowers or superpowers explained with hand-wavy science annoy you more? Like explaining teleportation with quantum tunneling. That is an awesome question.
Can you restart this?
Yes, but I need you to think about that question first.
I think I respect them both equally.
Really? unexplained superpowers versus superpowers with hand wavy.
What's wrong with an unexplained superpower?
I'd rather have
you're-
unexplained midichlorians is all I have to tell you.
That is terrible. I don't like that.
Well, that's an unexplained superpower turned into a superpower explained with hand wavy science.
Okay, I've come to your side of this argument.
I mean, you can do a hand wavy superpower. There's actually a really awesome. There's a professor from University of Minnesota that teaches physics, and he wrote a textbook called, not a textbook, but like a popular science book called The Physics of Superheroes. Because basically what he did is he decided to teach physics in the context of superhero comic book lore and things like that. So like if in original Superman, he didn't fly, he just jumped really high. So they were like, how much velocity do you have to take off from the ground in order to jump over a building? And you can actually do all these calculations. But the thing he did that was really cool, he actually did the math, like what rules of physics would you have to suspend for this to actually occur? And so an example would be like Flash, right? If the Flash is going to run at near the speed of light, he would do the math on how many cheeseburgers he would have to eat per second in order to actually maintain that amount of energy.
How many is it?
I don't know the number, but it's going to be 10 to the 20th or something ridiculous,
Big
right?
number. Not quite a mole.
And so in that case, it was kind of cool, right? Because he like broke down what rule of physics do you have to actually suspend. And if you accept that assumption, all of a sudden this superhero kind of makes sense.
Have you ever read
Or one Whataburger, yes. Double meat patty, yes.
XKCD Dude's What If blog and the book? It's the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Go through the physics details of some absurd scenario. My favorite one was, what would happen if you had a mole of moles? And the answer is you'd end up with, after a lot of math, you end up with a molten mole moon.
The density would be too high.
And I think
awesome.
we do this when I teach Gen Chem, we calculate it, and it is like the quarter of the mass of a moon. It depends if you choose it depends what kind of mole you choose. Okay, one more time.
Physicists, the computers capable of accurately doing this simulation haven't been invented yet. So we've fallen back on some reasonable approximation like massless light bulbs and spherical physicists. Yep, and spherical cows.
Helium's pretty good too. I like helium.
I want to make quantum chemists sweat. Does helium bother you?
You know it's not real? Orbitals.
Let's hear a rant about orbitals.
Well, they're real in hydrogen.
Go on.
Everywhere
This
else
is a
they-
general audience.
This isn't a general audience conversation. I don't think that this is where they want to go.
All right.
Can you hit reset so I can play this one more time?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
174th last time. You're getting there. Oh, somebody
Why
wants
wasn't
to hear
that
more.
380?
Calm Down Bronco speaks up for the first time saying they want to hear more about
All right,
orbitals.
so orbitals are solutions to the Schrodinger equation for a hydrogen atom. The Schrodinger equation is the equation that describes the energy states for a system. It's like the Newton's law, Newton's third law, Newton's first law, whatever it is, F equals ma, but for microscopic systems. Anyway,
Luke Sky Pacer, thank you for
orbitals
the
are the solution to that equation for a hydrogen atom. And then everybody uses orbitals to describe many electron atoms. But that's not what really happens in a many electron atom. Orbitals are just a mathematical construct that are very useful in a many electron atom, but that's not exactly what's going on.
So why do they work?
What does it mean to say why do they work?
I can look at an
Ken,
orbital
you're like
and
one of
tell
my
you,
students. You got to be more specific.
I can look at an orbital diagram and tell you, I don't know, where the charge transition is going to happen.
I said it's a very good approximation,
I see.
but it's not reality.
It's not exact.
Correct.
All right.
Kind of like Ken has this thing. The thing he hates
Oh, here we
only
go.
slightly less than diamonds is that I don't care about gravity in any of my calculations.
No, I don't hate that. No, okay, so here's the thought experiment for the audience. So Schrodinger's cat is in a box, right? And so the thought experiment here is you have we'll say a radioactive decay that has a 50% chance of happening at a given moment.
You just lost like 10 followers.
No, we're going to dive into this one because it's a 50% chance. And so the thought experiment is the cat is both alive and dead because it's superposition of those states. But my question for you is, if it's a true 50-50 event, right? It has even probability both ways. Presumably any external influence that it shifts it one way or the other matters. And so even though gravity is very, very weak compared to electrostatics and electronics and all that, it is not zero.
I don't disagree with you. I just don't care.
My question for the chat is, I mean, does the cat live or die depending on where I'm standing in the room, based on just that gravitational perturbation? If it's non-zero, it should presumably
statistically,
matter.
no.
But just throwing it out there. Yes, you could stand on the box. Solved. Thought experiment done.
Who said that?
That was Fullerene 60C. You won this debate. I don't know. We can't even argue about it anymore.
Honorary PhD.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you could have one already. Oh my God, there's a cat on me.
Yep, there's a cat. Vigo has come to join us.
Hello.
Everyone say hi to Vigo. She's not happy to be here.
She doesn't have to be. She just jumped up here.
Yeah. No, she's really happy I work at home now because she gets a lap to sit on. Show more of the cat. That's fair. I need a third camera. We'll green screen Vigo. Anyone want to guess what Vigo's named after? Aragorn? No.
So close.
Close, but it is fiction. Real Mario streamers have cat cams.
This is a science Twitch. It's not a real Mario
Virgo
Twitch.
the constellation? No, we're getting closer. Any final guesses before I give you the answer? So it's actually Vigo from Ghostbusters 2, Vigo the Carpathian. I had a cat named Gozer, but he died, unfortunately. So our cats were named after Ghostbusters. Bad guys. Do the Schrödinger experiment with your cat.
Put the cat in the box, see if it dies.
Oh.
Don't do that.
Oh, here's a question for Eugene DePrince, the quantum chemist. Is coronavirus fake? Yes or yes?
Mm. Okay, I'm quitting. I would like to play Doki Doki
That's done?
Panic.
All right, Doki Doki
Unless Justin stops me.
Justin, any last words? Is anyone going to be upset if Eugene stops playing? In fact, we'll let the chat decide.
No.
If you should keep playing, say yes. If not, say no. Oh, 50-50. We got yes. Oh, it's still even. We got Schrodinger's Mario.
You've already voted.
You can't vote more than once.
Scuzbot.
Oh, Scuzbot. That's my brother. He said yes. We got nays. I think we're still even. I should set up polling because I really need this decision to be done by someone else. No stopping till top 300.
I don't even remember. Does no mean keep going? I don't remember.
Yes means keep playing. No means quit. One more?
One more.
Yeah, you can appease the audience.
More.
A linear combination of yes.
And yes. Interpolating.
Stop screaming.
Between the yeses. Who told me to stop screaming?
The cap locks.
I thought Debbie was angry with me again.
No, it's like grandma's in chat.
Can you? Oh, you don't have to reset this. Okay, I understand.
Nope, it's all yours. All right, this is it. This is the run, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, welcome to our stream. This is my very first
Fullerene
speedrun.
60C has a good point. Flip an electron like a true theorist to decide. Also, don't buy diamonds. You are correct, Null Girl. Thank you. Actually, no, buy synthetic diamonds. That's awesome. Support an industry that makes synthetic diamonds.
6.
Actually, I got to give more disclaimers on the diamond rant, because diamonds are useful for things, right? Like drill bits and hard materials, and like if you want it for its functional properties like scattering light, or I think there's computing models where they use diamonds as the lattice and then have like defects in it. But
Nitrogen vacancies. This is what I just said.
it's not nitrogen. So for a nitrogen vacancy to
I don't know what
there
it's-
has to be a nitrogen occupancy.
No, I think it's like a defect with 8 that could hold 8 nitrogens or something like that, and one of them is missing. It's something like that.
Huh.
NVC. I just can't remember the specifics because my brain doesn't work.
Ask a Scientist Gaming, sponsored by the synthetic diamond industry. Yeah, so here's what's going to happen with the diamond industry is synthetic diamonds are going to get so inexpensive that they're going to destroy the market for natural diamonds, but the natural diamond industry will just keep lowering their price until it's no longer viable, and then it'll collapse in its entirety and nobody will care about any of this. That's my prediction, at least.
What's the time frame on this?
I have no idea.
How does the pandemic affect this time frame?
I don't know. My 200 or so students won't buy diamonds, is all I know. Oh yeah, diamonds are used for high pressure spectroscopy. That's true. Diamond anvil cells. Any pressure experiment, basically they use diamonds. That's one of the best materials. Or a high refractive index material.
What is life?
Diamonds that fluoresce.
What is
are
life is a
actually
good
less
question.
valuable than diamonds that don't. Yeah, it's probably defect related. What is life? I mean, that's a really awesome question, because NASA, like, I mean, they make these announcements about potential life in space, but like there's biomolecules, there's a lot of things that are building blocks of life.
Hey Ken, is a virus alive?
I'm not qualified to answer that question.
Hey Ken,
Here we go.
is a shark a fish?
Ooh, this is a fun question. What will be the biggest difference between going to grad school at FSU versus Harvard or Johns Hopkins?
That's kind of a hard question to answer because there's probably more variation between groups at a school than there is between schools.
Yeah, that's probably a really good answer. It depends which group you join. I mean, because it's a big culture thing.
The biggest difference is if you came to FSU, you could work with me.
You could work for Dr. Eugene DePrince at FSU. That is true. I mean, I think if you go to Harvard or Johns Hopkins, you're going to be surrounded by a lot higher probability of individuals wanting to work hard and get more stuff done. I think like the hyper motivation is there. I don't think they're any more intelligent or, functional or have a higher skill set, but there's going to be a lot more driven people because it's like, exclusively 4.0 GPAs, which we can be honest, 4.0 is the result of committing to it, right? So.
Well, that's not really fair. A lot of people have other obligations and
that's
take
true.
away from theirs.
No, that's true.
I'm going to get the bullet glitch. Oh, my God.
Thoughts on the phosphine on Venus? I'm going to have an physicist on here in about a month, and that's a good question to ask them. I have no strong opinions about phosphine on Venus. Like, biomolecules exist all throughout space. Like, if you put carbon, hydrogen, phosphorus, oxygen together, you're going to get the building blocks of life. There's just only so many ways they can bond together. Statistically, you're going to get amino acids. You're going to get all sorts of fun molecules that are foundations for life. There's no such thing as a fish. A shark's a mammal, not a fish. Good point.
My brain. Statistically, anything is possible. Ken, are viruses
I
living?
feel cheated on the viruses. Okay, so somebody has defined this formally, right? Like presumably NASA has at some point. It has to be what? Self-replicating, self-sustaining.
I feel like you're just trying to.
I don't know those rules.
Run down the clock here.
Run down what clock? Holy crap! We're on the last level, ladies and gentlemen. No one frame jump.
No, I'm just trying not to die.
Can you make a lot of money as a chemist? Yes, if you get the right patent. FSU, the Taxol patent, brought in something like almost $600 million over a 15-year interval. So yes, you can get super rich as a chemist. PhD chemists, I mean, industrial salary is what? Starting 100,000 somewhere around there. I don't know about getting rich, but you can definitely live a comfortable life. If anything is possible, where are my magnetic monopoles?
There's a statue of one outside the Dirac Library.
There you go.
At least that's what I like to think that thing is. I'm actually not sure.
If anything is possible, can Dr. DePrince turn this run into top 300 despite the fact he's already over 5 minutes?
Do you believe in time travel?
That's a good question. Do you?
Ken,
What?
unpack the quantum tunnel.
No. All right. We're going
It's
to
in
take
my
a
backpack.
moment. We're not going to ask any important questions right now. You know, if you get past this first pillar, you can just walk on the bottom. Like right here.
Yeah, I know.
100% success.
I am aware.
Just,
See?
all right. Here it is. Moment of truth.
How did I die there?
You did the 1 frame jump instead of the 2 or 3.
You mean I'm too good?
Thoughts on the released UFO videos?
I honestly don't know.
Doesn't seem like the prevalence of UFO videos has gone down despite the abundance of cameras recently. Just throwing that out there. Same thing with miracles. Do you believe in aliens? Do you believe in life in the universe besides humans?
Sure.
Sorry. Eugene is focused right now, so we need to give him a couple moments to... This is it. This is the try, and I'm cutting you off. This is your third life, right?
Yes. Ugh.
Just wait a little bit on this jump.
That's the height that it's impossible to get by.
Yep. No, you got wrecked by just RNG. Random number generator just screwed the theoretical chemist over.
Intelligent life. I don't know.
Oh.
Sure, why not? Anybody read
F in the chat.
Drake equation? Okay. What are my thoughts on Sinfire chains? I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what a Sinfire chain is. How has COVID affected undergrad research?
It's decimated it. We only started allowing undergraduates back in labs like 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
and we can only have 2 in our labs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, not a lot of undergrad research. Scuzzbot just called us out. It's not random number generator. It's a pseudo random number generator. And Eugene, you should have known that. Explain to the audience why it's a pseudo random number generator.
Because I guess if you generate a gazillion numbers, it will eventually repeat. That's my guess. What that means.
Is any random number algorithm truly random?
I don't think so.
You should know this. You're the programmer.
I think there will ever be a pandemic on the scale of COVID in our lifetime? I am honestly surprised we haven't dealt with this already. Like, I've seen Outbreak. I've seen
the
12
monkey.
monkeys. Okay, when am I supposed to start the clicker?
It's when you select the character, but I have to do some weird flipping the disc stuff. So fun factoid about these emulators is that they don't just reproduce the game. So as soon as you select the character, press go. And you have to play with the same character the entire time through.
Did I do it? Wait.
It'll go.
I just lost 8 seconds.
Anyway, yeah, load screens are a part of the time. Fun factoid on these emulators, they don't actually just make it so the game is similar. They generate they regenerate the hardware in software.
It's going well.
So the emulator actually runs the game like the hardware would. And so that's why you have to with the Famicom disk system, you actually have to pretend to flip over the disk and run it from the opposite side. So that's what I was just doing there. Anyway, thoughts on thoughts. Any thoughts on thoughts?
I don't have thoughts on thoughts. Hey, does everybody know what this is? What this game is?
So this is the game that is actually SMB2 USA, right?
Yes. But the annoying thing is you can't run.
Hey, are you going to explain the backstory behind?
Yeah, so Super Mario 2...
This is the most famous game no one has ever really played. But anyway, go ahead.
Super Mario Brothers 2 that came out in Japan was too hard for Americans. So they said, let's take this horribly unsuccessful game and put Mario characters on top of the sprites, and here we are.
Yep, that's basically the backstory. So if you've ever played,
Except you can actually run in the Mario Brothers version.
if you've ever played
it's
Super
furless.
Mario Brothers Lost Levels, that's the actual original SMB2. But Japan, it was really popular. In the US, they still thought we were too incompetent at video games to play it, so they chose an easier game to remask. And
Lost
that's
Levels
what we
is a
have.
very hard game.
Yeah, it
In
is
my
really
defense,
hard.
is
Yeah.
Not very
It
good
probably
at video
wouldn't have
games
done well
American.
in the US.
148, I'm killing it.
How do you feel about free will? Do you believe humans have it?
I like free will.
You'd like free will to be real, or you like...
I like to think that I have free will, and I guess you can even make quantum mechanical arguments that you have free will.
No, that's not true.
Why not? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
Well,
You
that
can't
didn't
jump
work.
through it on this one. Interesting.
Oh, my God.
So what's the quantum mechanical argument that free will exists?
That at a quantum mechanical level, you can't ever know the exact initial conditions for any set of particles, so you can never predict exactly what's going to happen. Uncertainty principle.
So that means it's not deterministic, but it still doesn't allow for free will.
Why?
Because that's not free will if it's just a probabilistic event.
Okay.
You're not influencing
Well-
the outcome, right?
I'm sold. You're right.
So free will doesn't exist now?
Correct.
Awesome. Oh, this is a worthwhile comment. Considering how we've been handling COVID in the US, I'm not surprised Japan thought we were too dumb for SMB Lost Levels. Harsh.
Yeah.
Mr.
Everybody should wear a mask, even though Ken and I aren't wearing masks next to each other.
Yeah. Now, masks... What was the recent publication? It said something like if we wore masks for 6 weeks, we'd have it under control already.
I don't know. The CDC director just said 12 weeks.
12 weeks?
We all wore
6 to
masks.
12 weeks or something like that.
And then
Oh, here's a
it
fun
doesn't
one.
matter.
Has anybody asked you what your favorite movies are yet? Mr. Sora wants to know.
That's kind of a tough question. There are movies that I will always watch if they come on TV.
Like?
I'd always watch The Departed if it comes on TV. I'm always
Roadhouse?
surprised.
Roadhouse.
Oh my God. I saw Roadhouse for the first time last weekend, and I watched it twice over the weekend. And it was amazing.
Oh, if you haven't seen Roadhouse, you should. That explains all of quantum mechanics.
I wanna
somehow.
I don't want to spoil anything, but oh man, how do I get? I don't need to be up there. Right. This is hard when I can't run.
Yeah, the speed is weird. Are we in a simulation?
I have no reason to believe we are not.
Does that answer your question? Well, what's the argument? There was a paper that basically said if personal computers become sufficiently advanced, then everyone's computer could run a simulation. So it's statistically more likely that we're in a simulation than we're not in a simulation. Is that the argument?
Sure. I mean, just like this video game, there are rules that dictate where I can jump and what will kill me. So why not?
Minor detour. Scuzzbot Wotus asked about the movie Over the Top.
You know, I've never actually seen that. That's the Sylvester Stallone.
Arm wrestling for child custody, yes. That is literally what it is. Arm wrestling for child custody. Quality show.
Anyone watching this who doesn't already know, Ken has seen every movie.
I have seen many movies.
Every movie.
My wife and I have been cord cutters for like 15 years now, so we watch a lot of movies because we don't do TV. We do TV shows, but not often. So we've rated almost 5,500 things on Netflix so far. Favorite TV shows? Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Sorry, this is a sore point.
are we talking about actual TV or like Netflix TV shows?
I think all qualify. Anything that's episodic, not even episodic, that gives a series of episodes.
Seinfeld and Simpsons up to like season 10.
Good qualifier.
And that season number could be adjusted. I just made that number up.
How
Oh my
did
God,
you
it's
not
coming to
die
get me.
there?
I'm expert. Oh God.
Oh. This is really weird without fast run. Favorite fantasy books. I'm a big fan of Brandon Sanderson. I'm not familiar with Brandon Sanderson. What books has Sanderson done? So I'm guessing there's no 5 cherries. It gives you a star in this version. I don't think so. Does it?
I don't know, but why would there be cherries if I didn't get to do something with them?
Good point. Why would there be cherries? Question for the chat.
Oh.
What do you think about Interstellar? Do you have any opinions about it?
That's a movie that I despise, but I will watch it anytime that it comes on. I just hate that he was in the bookshelf the whole time. So stupid.
That's a bit of a simplistic interpretation of it, but yes, he was in the bookshelf the entire time.
You're my ghost.
Oh, he finished the Wheel of Time series after Robert Jordan died. Okay. No, my wife listened to all, however many books that is. It's something like 15 books, right? It's like 48 hours of listening time if you do the audiobooks. But she loved it. She's really excited. I guess they're making a TV show out of the Wheel of Time. Yeah, 14 books. If anyone wants to get some reading in during the pandemic, look at the Wheel of Time series. I guess it's really awesome, but I have not dove into it. Fullerine60C is asking about Pacific Rim. Is that another
that
one
movie
you'll
is
watch?
awful.
But will you watch it every time it's on?
No.
There's your answer.
Help.
Oh man, God. We've dove down to this rabbit hole of movies, but Game of Thrones season 8 or the Star Wars sequel trilogy.
Sequel. What does that mean?
That's the last 3.
You know, I really liked episode 7, I guess.
Which one's that?
Force Awakens.
I honestly don't remember the new ones. I've kind of
and then I didn't like. Oh man, get out of here! Help!
If you think Pacific Rim is bad, you should watch Atlantic Rim. Isn't that just Godzilla?
There's a Pacific Rim 2 that I have not seen.
Ooh, this is a fun one for you, Eugene. Favorite mathematical equation and why?
Euler's relation. Man, it is beautiful.
That was a way quicker answer than I was expecting.
Because it's a beautiful equation.
So wasn't there an issue within the mathematics community that you had to stop naming things after Euler because everything was named after him?
I cannot verify that.
But anyway, Euler's equation.
It's just a beautiful relation. And then, oh Lord, help. And I missed.
Oh. Not deathless. Is that your only death or you've died already?
I've died many times.
All right. Anyway, why is that your favorite equation?
It's just beautiful.
Explain beautiful to someone that doesn't look at equations and think of them
It's got
as
a bunch
beautiful.
of stuff in it that you wouldn't necessarily expect to all be related to each other.
That's fun.
So it's e to the ix is cosine x plus I sine x. And it's super useful. It's super useful in a lot of fields. And it shows you that complex exponentials look like waves. I wouldn't necessarily expect them to look like waves. Oh! There's a heart.
That's interesting. So it's
And
it's the elegance of the equation that you like?
Yeah, and I also used to like to think about how in the world you would come up with that relation. And then I looked this up a while ago. I thought the best explanation I came up with is you could look at the Taylor series expansions for each piece of it and see that they're equivalent to each other. But like my math history is so bad, I have no idea if that's how it was first done. Oh, Lord.
What's his name? I can't remember that character's name. Does anyone know what he is?
The dinner plate?
Yeah, the dinner plate that hunts you has a name.
No.
Anyway, Euler's equation. That's the answer.
Oh, it's a good one.
I like it. I don't know if I have a favorite equation. Can you explain scientifically how the character can jump for so long?
Well, in Super
Oh,
Mario Brothers
boy.
2, I can because she has a dress, which clearly acts as a parachute. But this one, she does not have a dress, so I'm at a loss.
So parachute defies gravity just like quantum mechanics? Is that...
It doesn't defy gravity. It
She
just...
She diagonally crosses the screen. Anyway. Oh, we have an answer. In Mario, he's Phanto. We don't know what he's called in Doki Doki Panic.
Oh my god.
It's the music. The music is stressful. It's time to start over.
Yeah. This was just a practice run.
Oh, question
How much
for
time
me.
do we have left?
Do you use latex? No, I don't. I'm familiar
That was
with
clearly a question for me.
No, it literally says, do you use latex, Dr. Hansen?
First of all, it's LaTeX,
Oh, latex, sorry.
so that answers that.
No, I don't. I'm familiar with it, and one of my colleagues, I've written with Billy Oates from Mechanical Engineering. He uses it all the time, so I have to use it in the interface, but usually I like to use Word because it track changes.
Nobody cares if I use LaTeX?
If the moon were made of barbecue ribs, would you eat
it?
It's a simple
I think
question,
I would.
Doctor. Well, Eugene got that reference. Oh, if you could choose to change one thing about the world, what would it be?
Donald Trump wouldn't be president right now.
Oh, there it is.
Politics.
So a lot of chats avoid politics. We will dive into politics
No,
if
no
it's
politics.
related to
Sorry.
science.
Sorry,
no,
sorry,
absolutely
sorry.
we will. If there's a scientific... There are political decisions that require scientific-based decision-making. So I have no problem doing that. Anyway, if I could change one thing about the world, I would increase empathy across every single human being by 5%. Would that do
5%?
some 5%?
What's the
Just
point,
just a
Ken?
very subtle amount, but no, on a global scale though, you're talking about 7 billion people being 5% more empathetic. Right? That's
So now I'll slightly care if I wake up your kid if I'm too loud?
yeah, but everyone will slightly care. Maybe they'll start using a turn signal. I don't know. There's a lot of things that would go better if you could do a 5% increase in empathy across the globe. Scuzzbot asked if he can ban Eugene for politics. No, you can't. We'll talk politics if we want to talk politics. If only science agreed with you. Did you see that quote?
I did.
Yep.
I don't think science knows.
It
I don't
isn't
want
even-
to talk about this.
It
I'm
isn't-
sorry. This is all my fault.
No, I mean, it's a fair comment. It isn't even politics at this point. It's not. Like, if you deny reality, it's not politics. It's delusion. Like, that's 100% true. For violating stream rules, politics is not in our stream rules. Registering to vote is, though. So everyone who's in chat right now, register to vote. There's literally a link down in the About Information tab.
All right. I got one thing to say about politics. I get text messages from Democrats and Republicans, and it is so annoying and confusing to get things back to back saying Trump's terrible, and then can you believe they're not supporting Trump's agenda? I tried replying stop, but it's always a different number.
Does political science count as a science?
No.
I mean, anytime you're doing testable hypothesis, right? I mean, it's a softer science. It's a lot harder to deal with, and there's a lot more error bars and variables in it. But I'm going to say yes. There's a critique of not thinking my 5% empathy increase is enough. I mean, I don't want to make it too much. Like, let's monkey paw this and do a 100% increase in empathy. What is the outcome of that?
Everyone cares too much.
Yeah, like they're not willing to go outside because they might squish a bug or something, right? Like, so I don't want to go too far on the
Oh my
empathy
God.
scale. But some people have zero empathy. That's a good point. I mean, those are the people that are sociopaths or psychopaths or, yeah. If we could use our full brain capacity, how capable would we be? That 10% brain use is actually not true at all. Like, that, at no point I mean, at any given moment in time, we might only use a portion of our brain, but every single neuron in our brain is used. Otherwise, it would die. Not
What's
be
that movie where Black Widow turns into a computer?
What is the name of that movie? Someone knows that. Like Janists, yes. Janists don't want to kill a bug, so they'll walk around sweeping the ground in front of them. It would not be a particularly Lucy, there it is.
That
Thank
Lucy,
you.
yes.
It is Lucy. The one that said she maximized her brain and now she's in a USB stick. Spoilers. Sorry I ruined that for you guys. But yeah, that's ridiculous. The entire premise. At some point, I'll have a developmental psychologist or a neurobiologist on the stream, and I'll ask them about Lucy and see how they feel. That better be their example of science gotten wrong by a movie.
Movie was accurate.
Aside from good grades and undergrad research experience, what's the best thing you can do to get into a great grad program?
Oh God.
You're the chair of graduate recruiting.
I think
I'll be back.
what does good grades even mean? Having reasonable grades. GREs don't really matter all that much. A lot of schools don't even require them. And you need to have good letters. But that's basically it. Sorry, I can't see the chat window, so I'm not sure if I even answered the question fully. I'm just living the dream over here. You know what? There's no timer. Have I seen the story about what now? As someone who got into FSU Chem grad program with barely above 3.0 GPA, grades aren't always the biggest factor. I mean, it's true. GPA is probably one. If we take a number that's important, we probably treat GPA more importantly than GRE. But really, research experience and having letters that say this is a good person who's smart and stands out in these ways is good.
The answer was research. If you want to get into a particular school, try to get into their RU program or even volunteer, do a summer there and show that you're competent. Your likelihood of being accepted would be very, very high, regardless of GPA or anything like that. Have you seen the story about neuroplasticity where they remove half the brain?
No.
I have seen that actually. Because this, like, the left brain and right brain art versus analytical whatever, that's entirely made up. The brain will just do what it needs to function. So you can remove half the brain and someone's still functional.
This is the last level and I only have 0
As someone
lives
who
left.
got into FSU Chem grad program with barely above a 3.0 GPA, grades aren't always the biggest factor. That is absolutely true. My GPA was 3.2. So good, but not great. Or you were probably a high GPA kid.
Yeah. I just wasted 9 minutes of my life.
Most undergrads don't know
I
what
can
an
continue.
RU is. What is another example of something undergrads should know about? One big one is you get paid to go to grad school in chemistry, biology, genetics, engineering. You don't have to pay for school like med school. Like, people literally pay you to go to school. So I think that was the big one. That's one I didn't know. Like, I was pre-physical therapy until I took organic chemistry and fell in love. And then I did a summer RU program just out of the whim. And then I learned that you get paid to go to grad school. I'm like, that's awesome. Bonus. What would cause you to reject an applicant from grad school?
So extremely low GPA or GREs. Like, extremely low.
You can make this jump?
Yeah.
Holy crap, I did not know that.
Now you know. Now you can have a top 10 time.
The other thing that can get you rejected is if your letter of recommendation says something explicitly like, don't
Red flag. Yes.
take this person. Like, that happens occasionally. Presumably you'll know if a letter writer is going to say something like that, but we do see that occasionally. What is an REU? REU is a research opportunity for undergraduates. So basically, most universities have, or university departments have, some sort of summer research opportunity. The NSF funds a particular flavor of that called the REU, which is Yeah, research opportunity for undergraduates. And it's basically gives you, I think they're at like 5,000 to do 10 weeks of research during the summer. So yeah, if you can do summer research at a school, you're probably going to get accepted to that school. It also looks really good for your resume, and hopefully you can get a paper out of it. Like I got an accidental JAX paper out of my summer RU. I didn't know what I was doing. I was shake and bake chemistry, but got
That's why I
an
don't
accidental
respect
JAX.
JAX.
That's why Eugene doesn't respect JAX, and he knew that back in 2004. If I remove half my brain and still got into a chemistry grad program, is that a question? I remove. Oh, so no, it's not. I removed half my brain and still got into a good chemistry. That's fair.
It's less funny, not as a question.
Oh yeah, I didn't care about going to grad school until I learned I got paid for doing it. Then I applied to FSU. I don't know if that's the top priority in deciding, but it is a bonus. Oh man, I'm cutting off the clock. I wasn't expecting triple digits here.
Triple, what are you talking about?
Or quadruple, quintuple digits. There we go. All right.
I'm sorry, I'm not the best player at this game.
If you go over an hour, we're in trouble. We're going to run out of space.
I think the number 7 or 8 time is 30 minutes. So and that was awesome. You ready? This is going to take me a while.
Oh, you guys want to see a wall clip? It's a shortcut. How much time does this save?
I don't even know. It's a maze too, so... God. How embarrassing.
All right. Questions have dried up. Should I ask you one, or do you want time to focus?
You can
on
ask
this?
me a question, because this is completely mindless, and it's going to take me an hour to do it.
So it's just a specific spot you have.
Yeah,
to
I don't
hit?
even know what what the spot is.
You
or
just
what
keep
trick
hitting the
is.
wall
I just keep
until it lets
going,
you through.
Let me in. There we go.
There it is. Nice. Ooh, what are your thoughts on mitigating the swell of anti-science sentiment?
It's all hopeless. Everything is hopeless.
Well, it's not the optimistic stance we'd like to hear. Let's take optimistic Eugene. What does he say?
I don't know. I would say talk to people, but talking doesn't seem to work. And I'm concentrating.
This is stressful. I feel for you.
Go.
Oh, you had it. Earned it.
Phantasmo. What was this dude's name? Phantom Face?
Fanto.
What?
Oh, walked into with the key.
Last life.
Oof. Brutal. Anyway, anti-science.
Guys, I don't...
Oh, we just got a follower.
What?
Subspace ND. Thank you for following.
What happens if I go in here? Am I back? Oh, God.
Clearly, that person followed because of your answer to anti-science. Well, you have to go back and get the key?
It would appear so.
Why?
And if you, I don't know.
Oh, that's a fun one. Is there scientific evidence for the existence of a multiverse? Fullerene60C is following. Thanks for the follow.
I don't
And
know how to
thank you
answer
for
questions like
talking
this.
in
So
chat. We
I would
appreciate it.
I will just say no, because I don't know.
How about you say I don't know?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
God,
a fair
go
answer.
in the door.
As far as I know, there isn't evidence for multiverse. It's just a model to describe what's going on, but good question. So if I were to do undergrad research at FSU and do an REU at whatever grad school I'd like to go to, I'd essentially get 2 different projects to show on my resume. Yes, and you'd also get 2 different letters of recommendation, one from FSU and one from the school you're going to. And whatever the other school is, essentially they will turn to that professor during admissions and probably ask them whether you should be accepted or not. Like, sometimes it's that simple. Is it the last boss?
Yeah.
You're here?
Yeah.
All right.
And fun fact, in this game, you only have to hit this dude 4 times, but in Super Mario Brothers 2, you have to hit him 6 times.
All right, are you ready for foot pedal? As soon as you get in the door. Yeah, the other awesome part about if you do research in 2 different places, you'll get two different experiences. One in the terms of the dynamic of the groups that you're working in, but also in the projects you're working on. Like it'll give you a feel for what you want to do. Because what ends up happening is everyone that applies to grad school wants to be an organic chemist because that's the class they've taken, but most people don't actually end up wanting to do organic chemistry.
Having that
experience helps. What?
When do
You
I hit
get
it?
When you get in the door. Done.
That's not a good time.
It's not, but it's good enough. You've beaten Doki Doki. Oh, high fives? Okay. There we go. Violated. Really?
Can I come back next week and beat it again, but faster?
Next week? I don't know about that.
The people want to see me play it again.
Oh, ouch. We didn't even get to see Bowser in the SMB1 section.
Let's go back.
You got this, Dr. Prince.
We got an hour.
Ready?
Yeah.
Well, let's do, is there end credits or is that it? I think that's it. All right, I'm going to cut that together for you. Submit it to speedruns, or do you want to do a better run?
I'm happy to take this garbage run.
All right.
Where I had to continue.
Garbage run it is.
Garbage run.
All right, back to Mario.
Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed history tonight.
Top 8, here we come.
Okay.
Ooh.
Where's my timer?
Question from Light My Meyer. That may be Chris Meyer, a colleague from graduate school. Are events in the chemical world truly random?
Can I get a restart?
Or could you predict everything with the right models?
You can predict everything. Well,
Dr. DePrince says you can
probabilistically.
predict everything. Well, then it's not really a prediction. Because you're not predicting a single event. You're predicting an ensemble event.
You are correct.
So, are events in the chemical world truly random?
I don't know. I mean, there's a weight. What do you mean
that's
by
interesting.
random?
It's random within a restricted scope. Right?
You make things so complicated.
What? It just means that not everything can happen, but you don't know what's exactly going to happen.
Sure.
Right?
But some things can be much more likely to happen than others. So randomness doesn't come. Doesn't matter.
Is that a satisfactory
Top 8,
answer?
here we come. I think I'm in the top 8.
Let me look up speedruns.
I think there were only 8 there, and the 8th place one was 30 minutes.
Where is it?
This is everybody here. This is your accomplishment.
We're doing this as a team.
Yes.
This is for the people.
I'm going to change my name to For the People.
Yeah, so number 7 is 14 minutes and 17 seconds.
What's number 8?
There is no number 8.
I thought there was a 30-minute one. How embarrassing. Okay.
There's all levels run. There's all characters, all levels. Yeah, so for the any percent with warps, it's 1 character throughout. What? Time is stuck? Did you start the clock again?
Oh, no.
No, he didn't. All right.
I did start it. I must have clicked it twice.
Do you want me to start you over?
Yeah.
All right. Got to get this legit. Thank you for letting us know, Jason.
Did I do it?
Yes.
Oh, you know what? I must have stopped it the first time I didn't.
That was clean.
It was not.
So really the reason that Eugene volunteers to do Ask a Scientist Gaming is because he wants to play video games for 3 hours.
That's not why I'm here.
Someone ask Eugene why he's here.
I like talking about this stuff. There were some good questions on your list there.
Oh, my
Give me another one.
facilitate the dialogue questions.
Yeah.
With the right simulation, can we predict when the cure for cancer will be found? No.
No, I would say yes.
No.
Why not? We are living in a simulation.
Someone
somewhere can
Why
predict
couldn't
it.
there be a simulation as sophisticated as what we're living right now? Well,
Oh, I see. With the right simulation. So this is giving carte blanche the ability to calculate things. Yes, you could predict everything with the right simulation. Man, but cure for cancer is that even the right description? Can you cure cancer, or do you just remove cancerous cells?
what's the difference?
I don't know. Because, like, cancer will exist always, right? At some point, there will be a replication event that goes haywire, and those cells will replicate. At
So
what
maybe
point
the
does it
cure
actually...
is stopping haywire
But you
replication
can't,
events.
right? So if you
Why
go,
not?
if you
Not
go
with
out,
that attitude.
if you go out in the sun and a photon hits your DNA wrong, you are going to get cancer
Sunscreen.
events, right? Sunscreen. All right, we solved it. We're back to TiO2 and zinc oxide. But like, predict when the cure will be fine. That's another one of those like dark horse events where it's just you can't predict it because it's unpredictable, just inherently. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen you make that jump. Do you hit that one usually?
Which one?
The question mark block backwards?
Nope.
Awesome.
I have hit it before.
All right. More questions, or is it my turn?
Okay.
Oh, harsh one. When will deep learning models replace the need for organic chemists? So it was IBM recently that released the software for predicting organic reactions, right? I don't know. If I was a natural product synthetic chemist, I would be most nervous about that software. Because I mean, if encyclopedic knowledge is what you need, you're not going to beat computer programming. It's just you can't. If it's just a library of reactions.
If that's all it is.
If that's all it is. I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know. You have to remember there's no insight associated with those, with machine learning.
I mean, but what is insight?
No understanding of why you're seeing what you're seeing. It's a black box.
I mean, but isn't... We're going to get all metaphysical with this discussion.
So let's say that the set of... Oh, fuck, you messed me up. Watch that language.
Yeah.
Let's say deep learning became hugely successful 50 years ago. Those models wouldn't know anything about any chemistry discovered since then. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's not to say they wouldn't discover it quicker, though. I mean, it's one of those things, I wrestle with this a lot. Like, what advantage does my computational brain have over an actual computer calculation? Like, I just take input
You can
that's...
think.
But what does thinking mean in that case? So I've had input delivered to my brain since the day I was born. And my creativity is essentially combining disparate things into one thing. So I have two independent inputs, and I put them together in some unique context.
You must be really fun when your kids start doing weird things.
No, I
Oh,
don't
they're just putting random words together.
But that's
interesting at all.
Like, I saw an awesome breakdown of what comedy is, right? And you can break it down to, they take you on a track and you think you're going down a certain path, and then they turn you in a different direction, and it's misleading.
I
And
would
so
like
it's-
to see your stand-up routine based on this.
I will work on it for you. But yeah, I mean, it is what we do is pattern recognition and then find
380.
something. Wow, you did it. Nice. Anyway. Are the strength of quantum computing applicable to organic chemistry? Presumably.
I wouldn't say currently.
Not yet.
No, 'cause
What's
it's-
the biggest thing they've calculated?
H12, Hartree-Fock.
H12. That's it?
Mm-hmm.
And they got it right? I guess there's no right answer. Nobody's measured it.
Well, I mean, they reproduced the Hartree-Fock result that a classical computer generated.
And they did it faster?
No. The point, this was a science paper like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. The point was just that, hey, look, these calculations are actually possible. But the model they chose is Hartree-Fock, which isn't an easy thing to solve on a normal computer.
All right.
I don't know. I feel like machine learning is far more relevant to organic chemistry currently than quantum computing.
Pattern recognition, Scuzzbot says. That's essentially right.
Machine learning?
Yeah. Pattern recognition, even if we don't know why we recognize the pattern. It's going to be fun when machine learning sees Jesus in toast like humans do. Because that's pattern recognition, even if there isn't a pattern there.
But do you even know what machine Jesus looks like?
Especially not on toast. I don't know. Asking the important questions here.
I got it that time and you weren't even looking.
Is there a Shor's algorithm equivalent? First, what is Shor's algorithm?
It's a quantum computing algorithm, and I don't even remember what it's for, and now I'm embarrassed.
Good job, Scuzzbot. You embarrassed him.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Ask me another. Don't ask me another.
Can you explain what Shor's algorithm is?
I can't.
It is for integer factorization.
I was going to say factoring primes. Or finding prime factors, rather. I guess that's what it is.
Integer factorization.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's
finding prime factors.
All right. All right. Questions are running short. I'm going to go with mine. What's your biggest pet peeve in your field?
People claiming that orbitals are real.
We addressed this one earlier. Eugene has a strong opinion about orbitals. I mean, real.
I would say the
real.
misuse of quantum chemistry, like people who aren't experts in. I'm not saying that anybody can't apply these methods, but they are not. Well, they could be complex. A lot of the software tools have become. They're all easy enough to use for any non-expert to just run a calculation, and it's the number you get out isn't necessarily meaningful. So sometimes people will publish numbers that are from a really low quality theory. Wow.
I can't believe you lived through that.
Me neither. A really low quality theory, but they match the experiment.
Good enough.
That's your attitude.
Yeah, no, as long as it predicts something and I can rationalize what the picture looks like. But it does make sense.
That's the right answer for the wrong reason.
Actually, to be fair, I have not published any theory without a theoretician since arriving at FSU. Yeah. No, I used to do it a lot as a grad student, and we'd use like Titan and Spartan to calculate orbitals and whatnot. And it is very useful. But, yeah, I don't do it anymore.
God, I'm so angry. I don't want to play this anymore.
But
here we are.
But here we are. You got to beat it. Any more questions from chat? Maybe Eugene's favorite song? Songs that get quantum mechanics wrong?
Mariah Carey, Fantasy.
You heard it here first. Let's ask the real questions. Is anything actually real? It's getting late and
What's life?
existential.
What
in
is
here.
real?
Oh. Rage.
4 minutes of my life.
What else were you going to do with those 4 minutes?
Could be
Enjoy
sleeping.
your time? No.
That was good.
Is anything actually real? I have no idea. This is like actual in-person. So for those of you that don't know, I used to run an in-person Ask a Scientist event at First Friday, just Art Railroad Square Park. And you'd see the demographic and the nature of questions change as the night progresses. So between 7 o'clock and like 11 o'clock, it gets much more drunk and whimsical later in the night, and the questions follow accordingly. So JC 101 official, you are on track for that. Is anything actually real? Where do we go when we die, Eugene?
It depends. Are you buried? Are you cremated? Did you go to the same place you were before you were born?
How do you define we
What?
or you?
What do you mean?
The
You
identity
think
of
you
you.
go to a different place than I go?
No, my question is, if someone takes a hammer and destroys my brain, am I still me?
What?
Am I still me? Am I identified by the like compositional structure of my arms?
No,
like,
I'm
is it
pretty
body
sure
or is
your
it-
consciousness is what defines you.
Yeah. So if somebody takes a hammer and destroys my brain, I'm no longer me.
Correct.
So if your body tissue dies and your brain is no longer functioning, you just cease to exist, right? I haven't had a single drink all night. Well, you're doing it wrong. It's Thursday night drink night. Except I teach tomorrow. You don't.
One of my kids is sick, so I
Yeah.
have that to deal with.
Good times. It's fun when the kids are sick and wake up. Fun factoid, if you have, in non-COVID times, if you have 2 children, it's basically likely that you will get sick every 2 weeks. Like, that's just what happens, especially if they go to daycare.
It was fun during the lockdown, you know, when the pandemic was still going on. That was a joke. When our kids were out of daycare, I wasn't scared of them. I ate food off their plates, gave them hugs. But now that they're back in daycare, I am terrified of them.
Did you just admit on a recorded broadcasted stream that you don't hug your children?
It was a joke, Ken. It was a joke, Ken.
Oh, Scuzzbot asked, have you seen the Cosmic video where he beat SMB1 without video or sound, only directions from chat? Have you seen
No,
that?
but Ken told me about it.
It took him 23 hours or something like that. 8-1 was the hardest level. But after that, he did okay. Dr. Hansen is basically asking if you think there's a soul exists.
I think we're equating soul and consciousness in this. Well, yeah, because Ken's saying your soul, yes, yep, that's what's happening.
I'm not saying anything. Don't put words in my mouth. No, this is something I wrestled around with a lot when I was younger. Because it's like, if your
Come on,
tissues... What just happened? What did I just witness?
I bet I'm the first person to ever do that.
We'll find out. Oh, do you guys ever watch Games Done Quick or Getting Games Done Quick?
No.
I do. I watch it regularly. I know when it's on. I keep the schedule. Oh, we got another Who Will Win the Nobel Prize.
Oh my god.
What's your vote, Eugene?
I don't know.
Yeah, Nobel Prize
guess on
is
these
such a
things.
crapshoot. Your best bet is look at who's won a recent Priestley Medal or any of the major like European or U.S. awards.
I feel like this is one of our graduate students trying to get
Trying to
an
get
answer
a
for me.
free answer from us. We lack the creativity to give you the correct answer. Do you think the mind is separate from the body?
What?
I don't know. Nice.
I mean, I feel like my mind is in my brain. So no. I don't think the mind is
Well,
separate
it
from
goes
the body.
back to that comment I said earlier, right? So like you have a organization of atoms that makes up your brain, and if I take a blender and I scramble that, your mind no longer exists. Your identity of you disappears. It can't exist independent of the body, right? It's not like it floats off and exists somewhere else after the blender's turned on. I don't imagine a scenario where that could happen. Anyway, caught me. Organic Indian. trying to get Nobel answers from us. I'm curious what the guesses are. Because what is it? Like you guys have to submit guesses and then you compile together and make a presentation or something? I didn't read the full email.
I thought it was just guesses. I also didn't read the full email.
Here's an important one for you, Eugene. You ready?
Yes.
Will Trump win a Nobel Prize for discovering that Tide Pods cure COVID?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Is that a serious question?
I have no idea. I can't tell tone of the question from the chat.
I'm going to say no.
Can we hold you to that answer?
For the sake of everyone here, I hope that I finish this. And I missed that.
You can just see the exhaustion taking over. This is an endurance run. We got Super Mario Brothers. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Cross your fingers.
Oh my god.
Forward jump.
Come forward.
Forward jump.
Oh, thank god.
We did it.
Ah! I forgot to hit the button. 627. It's...
627. Where does that put you on the...
I forgot to hit it. I think it was actually 502.
He did it. 502. Let's go to the frame counter. What did you have? 627?
Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Here we are.
627 puts you at 940
top
seconds.
1,000.
That was
I'll
that was
take
a
it.
top 1,000 speed run, ladies and gentlemen. You were here to witness the top 1,000.
I've made history twice tonight.
I mean, you beat it though.
Yeah.
That's got to count for something.
Is Justin still here?
Yeah. Or is he? He owes us an apology. No, Desert Bus is an endurance run. Have you seen the game Desert Bus?
No.
How long is that game? It's something like 8 hours, but it's literally the
What does GG mean?
good game.
Oh, thank you.
Old person. What does GG mean? But Desert Bus is it's a simulator. It was made by Penn and Teller, right? The comedians. But it was like, it's literally simulating driving a bus where you have to put the steering wheel, but there's no pause. And if you go off the road, a tow truck takes you back to the start and you have to start over again. Yeah, it's from Tucson to Las Vegas at 45 miles per hour. And it takes some ridiculous amount of time.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's not the point. All right, you beat Mario. Do you want to try something else?
I mean, we have 45 minutes to do something.
Yep. It's 8 hours of continuous play with no pausing.
My other sister said she didn't participate, and I even asked the question. My niece was wondering if she's convinced that sharks aren't fish. So that's why I asked this, and they didn't even join us.
Oh, sad. Can chemists explain consciousness? No. Can anyone? No.
These are hard questions.
Yeah, no, these are very existential.
I was hoping, like,
In
what
any
is
way,
a basis set?
I think eventually. Yeah. Someone ask Eugene what a basis set
Please don't.
is. Give him something low-hanging fruit here. Ask him why B3LYP is so great.
I don't know.
It just works. What do you want to play?
Anything else? Like, dealer's choice, can you just pick something?
Do you want to try Lost Vikings?
Sure.
What is life? That's a good question. All right. Blank screen, fill time.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
We got to we got to plug in your SNES controller. Just want to know your thoughts on metallic hydrogen. Heavy metal hydrogen. I like it. All right. Are you ready for Lost Vikings?
Do I use sig figs on a regular basis? No.
No. No one uses sig figs. That's
And
not true.
it drives me crazy when people, I won't say who, will make a table with like 8 decimal places in it. Nobody cares about that 8th decimal place. This was a Super Nintendo game?
Yes.
Wow.
Press start, see if it works.
There they are. It does not work.
All right, so this is Lost Vikings. Sound. There we go. Man, that's the funny thing. Most of the stuff you do in undergrad chemistry, you just will never use at any point in your life.
What's
Is it not
happening?
working? Let's try
I think this isn't me. The controller's not working.
All right. It's plugged in. Sorry, troubleshooting.
Fun fact, USB sticks exist simultaneously in 2 states, and that's why you have to plug them in once and it doesn't work, and then they collapse to a state. Question for physics.
Defining a constant to the 8 millionth decimal point. What's like, you guys have competitions in quantum, like who can calculate helium to the most accurate?
No,
Somebody does
we
that.
don't
Not
do
an
that.
official contest, but there's no one does that. All right. I'm making that up apparently.
Yeah, there are some. Oh man. Nakatsushi, I think, has papers on helium to like the 10th decimal place, which is kind of pointless.
I mean, how experimentally, how much can you measure?
I don't know. That's a question for you.
No idea. It depends what
And
you're
how do you
measuring.
measure that? Two ionization potentials?
Yeah, it's like XPS or something. All right, see if your controller works now.
Nope. The music's so cool.
Oh, it's in the wrong chord. There we go. I'm probably going to have to reset it. Killing time. Let's try this again. You want to tell them about Lost Vikings? Why we're playing this game?
I remember it. I remember nothing about it other than it's a puzzle game. It works. No, it doesn't. Does it?
Yeah, I think it does.
All right, I guess we're playing Mario again.
There we go.
New game.
You're good. All right, Lost Vikings. You played this as a child and you're reminiscing?
Yeah, I have no idea what the gameplay even is.
I know analytical chemists care about sig figs. My undergrad Gen Chem teacher was an analytical chemist by trade, and sig figs were mastered by every student who went through her class. They were a big sticking point for her. I
mean, I jumped through the same hoops every other chemist jumped through.
I respect people that want to measure things very, very accurately, but very rarely do you functionally use sig figs in most research endeavors. Sorry, I'm getting sound. All right, there you go.
Okay, this dude can't jump.
Yeah, so that's what's interesting about, like, every teacher you've ever had has some kind of pet peeve or personal thing they care a lot about, and maybe nobody else in the field cares about it. For instance, my class hears about me ranting about diamonds, and no one else is going to bring up any of that. Why are electrons the most subatomic particle in chemistry?
Well, they're like the particle that matters in chemistry.
I guess you don't care about quarks.
My dude died. How do I... Yeah, I mean, there's not many quark exchange reactions going on in chemistry.
Yeah,
It's
that's
all about
true.
electron pairs.
Quark is subchemistry. That's particle accelerator, nuclear physics.
So I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do since one of my guys died.
I have no idea. You want to start
I
again?
can switch between these two.
You going to start over?
Give up. Yes.
Can we see your kittens? I'm assuming that's Samantha. No, they are not in here because they were climbing all over, and they actually walk behind the computer screen and move my camera every single
Magnets. How do
time.
magnets work? That's a great question.
That we don't have an answer to.
You don't
I
have
mean,
an
we-
answer to that?
We don't know magnetism on a fundamental level, do we?
I just think about spins lined up. You got all these, you have electrons with a magnetic moment. In some materials, they all line up.
Please, can we see your cats? No, there are more people in stream than you. Unless by popular vote they want to see cats, then I'll go find one.
This level was easy.
Man, this is 16-bit graphics. Look at that.
Okay, so I got a guy who can jump.
They aren't seeing the gameplay. Oh, there we go. It wasn't streaming the Thanks for bringing that up, because you just sat there for like 3 minutes not seeing the screen. Sorry about that. Anyway, this is called The Lost Vikings. I have never seen this game in my entire life.
It's a puzzle game.
Is it really?
Yeah. Password, great T.
Write
that down.
I recently saw an article talking about diamond-based batteries. I don't know how that works. Like the diamond is acting as a host for storing charge. That's interesting. Ooh, here's a fun pseudo-quantum chemistry question. Why doesn't your hand go through a solid object?
Electrostatic forces.
Elaborate.
What's this thing? I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out. Hello.
You can either stab it or talk to it.
I
Those
choose
are your
stab.
options.
Basically, the atoms, the electrons in your hand, the charges in your hand repel the charges in the table. So they can't go through each other. It's crazy. And you don't fall through the earth because the force of gravity pulling you down balances the electrostatic forces that are keeping you from going through the floor.
Yeah, because it's not actually gravity that kills you when you jump off a building. It's electrostatic repulsion stopping that motion.
This game is too confusing.
No, you're done already?
It just doesn't seem fun to everybody else.
So you have to like figure out which each of them has a different skill set.
Yes.
And those skill sets are necessary. So guy with shield can't kill thing.
Come on it, guys. Okay?
That's dark. Actually grow a grave out of the ground. Can you pick up the gravestone?
I don't know.
So this is just...
I got some bombs.
I'm fascinated by this game. I like the aesthetic of it. It seems like a pretty game.
Vikings in space. Space Vikings.
All right. Space Vikings. Any Space Viking related science questions? Eugene potentially has answers.
Okay.
That's because there are no kittens. There's a notable lack of kittens in our stream. We did have a momentary kitten. We had 2 seconds of Vigo on camera. I'll make it a YouTube highlight exclusively for Scuzzbot 10.
Anybody remember what this guy up here said?
Oh, you gotta like keep track of what they say?
He doesn't want to talk to me anymore.
Maybe you have to be the other guy to talk to him.
Okay.
What's the difference between a space Viking and a space pirate?
I suppose the space Viking
Wait.
could be a space pirate if he stole a ship.
What's the difference between a regular Viking and a regular pirate?
Whether or not they steal a ship.
Is that it? Is it the ship-related thing? Vikings just pillage villages and
I can keep going,
pirates
yeah.
take ships? All right.
I don't know. There's a joke in The Martian about this. Yes? Hey, look at that. Okay.
You did it? Nice. All right, so I have a question for you.
Well, that didn't help.
What's the craziest / weirdest factoid from your discipline?
Orbitals don't exist.
We're back to orbitals, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Watney, space pirate. That's the joke from The Martian.
Yes.
Craziest, weirdest science factoid from your discipline?
I mean, there's not really, man. There's this book called The Strangest Man that's about Paul Dirac, and there's an anecdote about, I can't remember who it is, but they, this is going nowhere. It's another famous scientist, and he shot his son in the head That's the whole story I have. That's pretty crazy.
That's a factoid.
Are you looking for related to the people in the field or
I want
something
to
science
give
related?
people that are watching right now some interesting factoid to tell while having cocktails at a post-COVID mixer. There's nothing.
I'll pass on that.
All right, Eugene passes. There's nothing interesting in quantum chemistry. That's awesome.
Oh, use a bomb on the computer. How do I
Right.
use it?
No, I'll follow up with a lazier or an easier question. What was your I made it moment as a scientist?
That is, I can do that one. So, I assume that a lot of people here are, well, even if you're not, we have to apply for grant money so we can pay our graduate students and pay our summer salaries and that kind of stuff. We have to apply for money from the government or companies to be able to do our science. And when I first got to FSU, I saw a call for a grant that looked like something that was perfect for my graduate advisor, and I thought I can do this too. And we both got the same grant, and I thought if they're going to fund both my graduate advisor and me, I made it.
There it is.
There it is.
So yours was...
And I've renewed that one twice, so I think that went pretty well. How do I use my bombs, Ken?
I have no idea. There you go.
Got it.
Don't trash it.
Okay.
So that was the moment you're like, I'm a full-grown adult and I can do science.
Yeah.
Is there a scientific moment, a euphoria moment, a eureka moment, when you felt like you did something big?
No.
All right.
I mean, we develop software, and anytime code will start working, it's like that.
I suppose it's very different for an experimentalist. Like I can literally look at a screen and say this was the moment.
Yeah. I don't want to play this game anymore. This is impossible to play.
All right,
while
we're done.
paying attention to
All right,
the world around me.
we're done. We killed Lost Vikings. All right.
Oh man, a guy from graduate school just wrote me an email about Rubik's Cube stuff. That's literally the only thing he ever writes to me about.
All right.
It's funny.
Mario 2, Mario 3.
Mario 3 is fine.
Mario 3.
I need a different remote.
That's I'm good enough moment.
I am adequate. I'm good enough, strong enough.
Smart enough and doggone it. People
Strong
like
enough.
me.
I'm so stupid.
All right. Here we go. Super Mario Bros. 3 speedrun. You didn't start the timer. What's the record on this? 11 minutes?
I'm not beating this game.
No, you're not.
Can you reset it so I can start the timer and we can see me not beat it?
All right.
When does the timer start
Wait.
in this one?
I think it's as soon as you press start. There you go. All right. Super Mario 3. What you should do next time you do this is beat Mario 1, Mario 2, and Mario 3 in a row.
I could do that in 3 hours.
3 hours? I think you could.
Well, it took me 2 hours to beat Mario 1. With like a...
That's awesome. Ms. Burr? I'm going to assume that's how it's pronounced. You're making Mitch Flower Power proud. I don't know if you're familiar with... He's the speedrunner that has the world record in this. He has basically every record in this. All right, so I'll give you the final question I have from my tentative list. Are you ready?
Yes.
What is the most common misuse of your field in news, media, pop culture?
I'll go back to Avengers Endgame.
that's the one.
Time travel's not a thing. The quantum tunnel isn't going to get you there. That's the thing.
Aren't there people that theorize that quantum mechanics, you can travel back in time? Not in like any real sense, but in like a time relation to, I don't know. No, nothing.
Sure, maybe.
You got the
don't think-
pronunciation, Miss Bear. Miss Burr. This is a good question. JC101 wants to know, what other games do you each speedrun besides SMB1 and now Doki Doki?
None.
Well, now we're going to say Mario 3 because the clock is running in the corner.
Does this mean I'm an official speedrunner? Or do I actually have to beat the game?
It does. You've officially been invited to GDQ.
Whee!
Ooh. Are you familiar with Sid Meier's Civilization series? Did you play Civilization?
No.
I played an early version of Civilization, but did not dive into that one too hard. Isn't that the one with the priest that converts people? It says whoa, 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 and converts them to a different color? Is that Civilization?
No, I don't remember. Oh, there it is. I do remember.
Oh, that's Age of Empires. My mistake. There we go. Whoa. Oh, too early. Too early.
I thought it was right. Yeah, I clearly...
You got this. Oh, all that work. The one-up gone. Now, one of my least favorite misuses of quantum mechanics and quantum chemistry in popular culture is like New Age mysticism, like Deepak Chopra. Have you seen these guys? That essentially they say, well, quantum mechanics is mysterious. We don't understand how the mind works. Therefore, the mind is obeying quantum phenomena, and you can use words like coherence and decoherence to describe human thought when it's just really buzzword vomit with no value or information provided by those buzzwords.
There's an XKCD where one dude says, so according to quantum mechanics, dogs have souls. And then the mouse over is, you can safely ignore any sentence that says, according to quantum mechanics.
Have you ever used according to quantum mechanics in a paper or class?
I want to put that in a paper. That'd be great.
Opening sentence, according to quantum mechanics. There is an XKCD comic for everything.
Oh.
I guess the real problem is that people are taking their time travel advice from a media series with talking trees and hammers of infinite mass. That's a fair critique.
Does that mean Thor is infinitely strong? I'm confused.
I don't know the rules regarding Thor. Man, there's a great, I don't know what show this was from, but it was basically a critique of King Arthur, basically saying something along the lines of, you shouldn't have a series or a system of governments where the leader is chosen based on someone giving swords out in a lake. I think that's a legitimate critique of pop culture and or classic literature. Talking trees and hammers of infinite mass. Well done.
Oh man, I wasn't looking. What's the point of going up here without my...
In your opinion, is Kurzgesagt an accurate source of information on physics?
I don't know what Kurzgesagt is. Is that a book? Is that an author?
Yeah, I don't recognize that. Is that something I should know?
Look it up. You've got like 8 computers in front of you.
I have 2 screens in front of me attached to a single computer running Mario 3. Kurzgesagt. I don't know what that is. It's a YouTuber. Okay.
Five up.
Interesting. End of space, the immune system explained, bacterial infection, the Fermi paradox. That's some high quality animations. I'm gonna take a look at this.
Can I be invited back to talk about it once we both look at it?
Only if you look at it.
Oh,
I should let the chat vote. Should Eugene be invited back?
I won't be offended if you say no. I'm still gonna come back.
He won't take it personally. I'll pretend it's streaming and just feed him questions just from random websites.
There's
Gates Foundation funds them. That's awesome. So it must be pretty legit. Like Gates does their homework when they fund things. Like they bring in actual experts to review. So I'm going to assume yes, it's good. Anyway, you were saying?
I already don't remember. That's 4 stars in a row, my man. That's going to be some kind of record.
11 lives. You're doing well. Are you going to whistle or are you doing no skips?
Oh, I'm going to whistle. We're going to beat this.
But you can whistle now. You have both of them.
But I actually don't know how to get the 3rd whistle, so I'm going to beat this castle.
You only need 2 whistles to go to 8.
But you can't do it.
Yeah, you can do it right now.
No, you can't do it from here.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes. If
you have to beat this castle.
No, you don't. Someone confirmed that you do not need
There's
to beat
another
this
whistle
level,
in
so
World 2 that you have to get.
You don't need all 3.
Yes, I know, I agree with you. You need 2. But if I use 1 now, then I can only go to Worlds 1 through 4, and then the next one would get...
2 through 4. If you use a whistle right there, it takes you to 8.
That's not true.
I'm willing to bet on it right now.
What do you want to bet? It's not true. It's not correct.
It is. It's 100% true.
And playing Mario 3 All-Stars on Switch. I don't have a Switch. Ken has a Switch.
I do have a Switch. I've played a lot of Mario Maker lately. I don't know, like they didn't do anything new, right? It's basically, is it even remastered? It's just the same game, right?
Mario All-Stars?
JC101 said Dr. Hansen is right. 2 whistles gets you to 8.
2 whistles gets you to 8, but not if you use the first one in World 1.
No, you can use it in first 1. It takes you to 2 through 4. Oh my god. This is going to be the biggest fight of the night. Because I'm 100% sure I'm right on this one. We'll watch a Mitch Flower Power speedrun, and in less than 11 minutes we'll know the answer.
Shot in the face. Dee-bee-dee-doo.
Yep, you only need 2 whistles.
I agree with you.
No, but even in the first world, right after the first right after you get the second whistle, you can beat it. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. I mean, it'll work here too.
Well, I get a magic P thing this way.
No, that's true. You can skip one of the flying levels, the flying ship level. 927. What's the record on SMB2 or SMB3?
927.
It's 10 something, I think.
Halfway there.
Mitch Flower Power.
See, look, if you use the first one, you end up on this row.
Yeah, but if you use a whistle right away when you're there, it takes you to 8.
Really?
Yes.
Can I use it on this screen?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah, you can do it right after. You don't need to get to World 2. Any percent warpless, any percent no wrong warp, 10 minutes and 44 seconds is the current record for this
What's
game.
a wrong warp in this? I don't even know.
I don't know what... Is that the wrong warp to the end? I don't know, actually. Oh, I gotta change the stream info.
Oh, you jerk.
Speedruns without a space is spelled wrong, according to this.
Speedrun.
Speedrun. Alright. Stream updated. I'm out of questions. Does chat have anything they want to throw at Dr. Eugene DePrince? If you want to trigger him, talk about orbitals. That's going to be your thing. My thing is diamonds. Yours is going to be orbitals.
I mean, I don't
You're
have
now a
anything against
caricature.
orbitals. Oh, I got one. No, that's too specific, probably.
What is it?
Well, in Gen Chem, you learn 4 quantum numbers. What are they, Ken?
L, N, MS, ML,
Yes.
and
And you also learn orbitals. What orbitals do you learn?
just the labels.
Yeah, what are they?
S, P, D, F,
What kind of p
G,
orbitals? What kind of p orbitals do you
PX,
have?
PY, PZ.
Okay, so now give me some quantum numbers to go along with those orbitals. So
Ooh.
2px orbital. What are the quantum numbers for that?
Oh, I don't remember these off the top of my head, but we do have an actual question.
Oh.
Oh yeah, the new Mario one is just the 3 games. They're upscale ports to the new system with the new soundtrack. Is it worth it? Maybe if you really love those games. But here's the question. What is a likely breakthrough in your field in the next 5 years? Be hyper specific, Ms. Burr said.
I don't know. It's going to be something related to quantum computing.
What would that look like?
I don't know, and I don't even know that it would be on a theory level.
Let's define your field broadly as physical chemistry.
Physical chemistry. I can't stick to theory. It would be probably something related to quantum computing and realizing quantum computers with large numbers of high fidelity qubits, long lifetimes.
Like they're all low temperature, right? You have to operate them low.
Yeah.
Like to be functional, it can't be a low temperature supercomputer.
Sure.
So maybe that. I don't know. Talk about G orbitals.
G. That is really high angular momentum.
Can you access G orbitals?
What does that even mean, Ken?
Like, so if I take a normal lanthanide and I excite it, how much energy does it take to occupy a G orbital?
I don't know. You want to do the calculation?
It should be accessible, right?
Yeah, why not?
Huh?
Okay, we're doing this.
Oh yeah, when they upscale the game, do they get rid of a lot of the glitches and clips and all sorts of things? Yeah. Oh, the backwards long jumping in Mario 64 isn't there. Wow, that kind of destroys most speedruns. Huh, that's interesting. Ooh, that's fun. What is a practical thing that people know/use that is the result of your field of study?
A practical thing.
Yeah, a practical thing.
Let's see.
A lot of things.
Any kind of spectroscopy.
Well,
Is that practical?
aside me, who else here in chat uses?
I would say LEDs, but that's like organic.
I mean, but that's true, right? Like transistors, they've gotten them to a size where they need to worry about tunneling and things like that. Mitch Flower Power would be so happy.
Does he have these skills too?
I don't think he gets the P-Wing.
He would if he beat World 1.
Wow. Mario 64. So you can't... Man, that's brutal. So it's a pretty version without the glitches. Nice. I think you're going to do it. You have 13 minutes till end of stream.
Whee. Oh, Lord. I don't have any other doodads.
Oh, you can fly here.
Yes, I'm aware.
Oh, you're just getting one-ups? Nice. Earn it. Nintendo as a company have a thing against glitches and exploits in their games, so whenever they can fix them, they do. That is probably a fair statement.
That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. I mean... Yeah, Nintendo as a company does a lot of Just very different decisions than most companies would. Good or bad.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh.
I'm so good at the game. Ken, I don't have any power-ups. I don't think I can beat this level without any power-ups.
You have stars. Going backwards?
Going backwards.
All right. Sadly true. Oh, wow, you're going back to... Did you get through all 3 of them?
Yeah, I died the first time. I died the first time through.
I see. Then you passed all 3. Oh, man, you're getting the lean going. We have the lean on camera. Like, 10-year-old Eugene would be so excited to see this video.
He'd probably be disappointed I wasn't taller.
This is top-tier gameplay. We believe in you. Chad is behind you on this, Eugene.
Yes, I'm getting
If
another
Chad
one.
be for you, who could be against you?
I think this is fish. Yes. Whoa!
I think one of those was a mushroom, wasn't it?
I don't know.
It feels good to have support, though.
Missed that one.
This is for
Oh,
chat,
God.
Eugene. It's for chat.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's a little bit of
I love you guys.
Scuzzbot has an important point. You need to be standing for the lean to be real.
Okay.
See,
I
what you guys don't know is that this entire time, Eugene gave me a fake controller to make me think like I was playing too. We're going entirely back to our childhood on this one. God, the standing lean. For the people. Grand Pooh Bear, thank you. That's awesome. Feel better? You got it?
I feel a little better. What's the point of all these all these one-ups?
I guess you could get 99 lives this way, couldn't you?
No, because I think that I won't be able to get the leaves from.
Oh, I see.
There's.
Oh, that's
It's okay.
sucks.
Oh man, it's not okay.
Yeah, we need to play Mario Maker next time.
Am I done? Is that it?
For the fans
Oh, no way.
or for science, a la Penga. Or Carl Sagan, yes.
Again, my legs are falling asleep.
Yeah, we're too old for this. We're losing steam.
I go down here? Yes.
I don't think this is a speed strat, but I think it'll get you through.
Is there something good over here?
Okay. What's wrong with Mario Maker? I love Mario Maker.
Ken does love Mario Maker.
With that said, I don't necessarily play Endless Super Expert, so... Ooh, here's a good one. I'm not sure if you use consumer cards. Any thoughts on the 3K series cards?
Is that the new thing that just came out?
Yep.
I don't really. So we do some GPU programming. Oh my god.
Oh, wow, that was a focus moment.
We do some GPU programming, but I've never used consumer cards for calculations, so I don't really know anything about them.
What cards do you use?
The newest one we have is, let's see. I think we have a Volta. I don't even remember what the not code name for that is. Do you know where I go? Do I have to do that castle?
Yes.
When I first started doing GPU programming, it was like in 2010 or so, and it was back when like double precision was really slow. I don't remember where to go.
What does double precision mean?
Do you not know that? Or are you asking for the audience?
I'm asking for both.
So on a computer, the way a floating point number is stored is there's 3 different pieces of ones and zeros. There's one bit that defines the sign. That's great. There's one bit that defines the sign. There's a whole bunch of bits that define the number. That's called the mantissa. And then there's a few bits to define the exponent. So everything's kind of written in scientific notation.
Mm-hmm.
And for a floating point number, you get like 8 bits to define your mantissa, and for a double precision number, you get twice that. So you can have more precision. Yes?
Yeah, makes sense.
What is happening? I don't know how to play this game.
You don't remember how to beat this level?
No, I really don't.
I honestly don't remember either.
I think I already went up
No,
there.
you go through there.
I think I already went up there.
No, go through that one.
Sure, I'm pretty sure I already
No,
went
the
in.
right. Here. That one.
Oh, okay.
Yep. In there.
Ah.
Whoa.
Anyway, because graphics cards were originally... Which one do I go in?
Keep going.
Were originally designed not for scientific calculations. They were good for doing single precision calculation. God damn it.
It's okay. You're okay.
Do I go in this one?
No.
Single precision
going.
calculations. And double precision was really slow. On a normal computer, double precision is
That one.
twice as slow as single precision. But on these old cards,
Wait,
it was
is
like
that one?
it was
No,
like
it's not that one. Go
4
back.
times as slow. Anyway, this is boring. Fun fact, back then also you had to worry about dimensions of all your quantities you were dealing with.
You're going to the right.
I know.
There you go.
That one?
I think that's right. Chat, any idea? Yeah, that's right.
I think I wasn't supposed to go in
Go
there.
right.
I was
So
supposed to go through there.
No, you have to go around. You can still do it.
No, I can't. How in the world do I do it?
Down there. Ooh, that was cozy. No, go through the... can't you hit those blocks? I might be wrong. It's been a while since I played Mario 3. Any Mario 3 players in the chat?
Ooh, what does that do?
I don't think you can go back up, though. Yeah, you can. Never mind. Now go right. Not that door. That door. Duck.
Oh! Please don't hurt me, sir.
Any smilers in the chat? That's a meme from Orator who plays Mario Maker. Because Mario Maker is both great and terrible at the same time. I fully agree with that statement. It's like I can't walk away from it.
This
That's
is to go back to the
backwards.
very beginning?
That is backwards.
Yes.
Gee, we're close.
How many
You
more
have
minutes?
4 minutes.
There's no way that's happening. This one?
Yes. Going to the right is the right direction.
Generally?
Oh, there we are. You've got 2 levels left.
I can't do it. I'm going back.
It's given up. Boom booms. It's all fun and games till 8 of them show up on your Mario Maker screen.
What's a boom boom?
It's the spiky guys.
The guy I just beat up?
Yep.
Too many.
So apparently when you're speedrunning this, if there's too many of those bombs on the screen, it slows down your frame rate and you lose time to them. So you have to kill certain things on the screen. There's too many...
I don't think I'm at
Objects.
that level.
No, you're not. You're already twice the any percent speed run. Oh, I never got past World 6 and SMB 3. Then again, I never used warp whistles. That's fair. Then you also have the like infinite live trick.
What?
Can't you do a bounce on this to get... No, that's Mario 1 that you can do that. Never mind. Holy crap. You're about to do it.
Boom boom. Oh, he's got wings.
No, he doesn't. Oh, here we are.
I don't think I ever beat World 7. I liked the way it looked, and I'd always try to play it, and I don't think I ever
Which
beat
one's
it.
7? That's the cloud?
No, that's like with the little black plants.
Oh, yeah. So that's the problem with speedrunning. Like Mario 1, I don't know any levels other than the standard speedrun pathway.
Oh,
Oh, you want to go up there.
hello. Did I miss it?
I think you can fly.
You're gonna follow me.
Get going, get going.
Ouch.
Wall clip.
Is there what now?
Never mind. There's an easier way to do this part, but. Did you know Bowser, you can just crouch down and he can't hit you?
Really?
Yep. His hitbox is weird enough that it doesn't. Basically, if you crouch in the part where he dug a hole, you're safe.
Now, which one do I want? This one up
Top
here?
one, yep. Jump.
I am not going
Jump
to make
over
it.
the next one. Yep. You got this. Chat believes in you.
But I am little.
But I'm little and he is mighty. Yeah, hitbox is only his head. So as long as you don't touch Bowser's head, you're fine. Oh, can you just feel the tension? Ask a scientist, time is running out. Eugene is on
Is
the
there
final castle.
anybody know?
No, there's
I got
no-
nothing?
Nope, you're on your own.
I'm proud that I made it this far.
It's only his head. So, like, get in the hole after he jumps out, and you're safe. As long as you don't get hit by a fireball here.
Where's the fireball go?
Duck. There you go. No, don't jump. Just stay down. Oh, man.
Can he hit me with the fireball right now?
I don't think so.
Ah!
I don't think so. Oh, get out of
I'm
there.
gonna beat it my way, Ken.
All right. You got this. He can hit you with a fireball here. Oh, no! So close. You got a star. So close. That was devastating. Now you got to do it without anything.
I think I can get a...
Take your time here.
Yes, I agree.
There's a mushroom up here too.
Oh, really? It's a lot easier when you tell me what to do.
In the top right corner. Nope, never mind. It's just a one-up.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Now I need closure.
How much time do I have left?
We are 1 minute over our
Oh, no.
technical end time, but no, we're going to see
Now,
this
here's a
through.
question for you. Is there anything of value in that one down there?
I don't think so. We almost found out. Yep, jump over. Stay on their heads. I'm engaged. I'm completely ignoring chat because I want to see how this turns out.
The answer is not good.
No, I have faith.
Come on. I know there's another one coming. Just do it.
You could beat Mario 1, Pseudo Mario 2, and this. The audience needs closure, Eugene.
Ah!
Oh.
I've got like 48 lives, so
You have 16, but only 1 star left.
I'm saving it.
I might use that star later.
Can I use it mid-level?
Yeah, that'd be an interesting power-up. Have you seen crowd control? So
No.
you can set up a version of this where the chat or whatever gets to pay for different things to happen.
Oh, yes.
So they can like add time or give you a mushroom and or kill you. Or make it swimming. Or water
Have
level.
that stupid fish come and attack you?
Yep.
Yes. Oh god, I don't like this.
I don't know if you guys can hear this, but his controller is furiously making noise right now.
It's also sweaty.
It's sweaty, knees weak, arms spaghetti. I would love to run crowd control. At some point, I'm going to figure out how to do that. I want to see Eugene DePrince play Mario with crowd control.
It would be fun.
Doki Doki based crowd control.
Okay. Third time's a charm.
Do you know what Soylent is? Soylent Green?
Pretty sure it's people.
Pretty sure it's people.
Yum.
So likey.
So I just sit here?
I think he can still hit you with a fireball right now.
What?
Duck. And that's it.
I just stand here?
Stand there. He can't hit you with a fireball here.
And how do I get out of here? When I fall?
Don't do it. You could have stayed there because he can't kill you.
Oh, right.
Okay, stand there. But you got to jump out on this one, otherwise you fall down. Chat can hear the button inputs. Holy crap. He did it.
Do I jump down that hole now?
I think the timer stops when you get through the door.
I think I jumped down the hole.
Does he jump down the hole, chat? You vote.
When do I stop?
When you go through. No. Done. All right. Eugene DePrince beat Mario 1, Mario 3, and Doki Doki Panic.
And
in
I
a
might have
3-hour
answered
interval.
10% of the questions asked of me.
And he tried to answer as much as possible. So, that is going to conclude our stream. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by the inaugural run of Ask a Scientist. Eventually, when COVID dies down, we're going to try to do this once a week with a new guest every single week. But for now, I'll just have to keep you posted.
It was too close.
Follow us on Twitter. I'll do notifications when we're going to do it. I think next month, probably wait another month before doing it again with someone else. I apologize, Eugene. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. But
I'll
again,
start my own channel.
thank you everyone for swinging by, and yeah, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your Friday, and we'll see you next time. Until then.